All right, we're back. We're back. Listen, I've only been streaming for like a year and a half. All right, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm new. I don't know why. Sometimes OBS literally just gets rid of my microphone source. I don't know why. Never fear, Zach is here. All right, so I have to say hi to everybody again because obviously I was muted. We had Vince, we had Nicholson, Jeff, Great Shiny, Dan, Roberto, More Per. I'm just him, Gold, Danny, Jay Gonzalez, Mr. NHL, Mike, Dacky, how's it going? Alex, the Oilers fan. Zach, of course. Stacy, what's going on, Stacy? No Lie, how you doing? Shamir, how are you? Talkative, how's it going? Welcome back. I do remember that, Stacy. I do remember that. The Leafs did win. The Leafs do move on. Yo, what's up, RH? I have the timer back on. So if you look on the screen right now, beside the LA Kings like scoreboard, that will be where the timer is. I have it synced up. That's going to be where the timer is. You're going to see what I'm seeing. Oh, you think so, Dan? That would be pretty good. Yo, what's going on, Gold? I'm doing well. Good morning from Europe. We have 4 a.m. and I am hyped. Man, that is awesome. Kyle says 4-2 Edmonton. Like that. Yeah, timer will be back. As soon as the game's on, the timer's back. I think we still have about 10 minutes until puck drops, so. Dry first star tonight. Oh, yeah. I know Draisaitl has 10 points this series, but I feel like he still has another gear, you know? Minnesota might be able to make the comeback. Ooh, what's the score? It was 3-2 last time I checked. Love the energy, Shamir. I love the energy. I'm going to be the wet blanket. 1-0 Oilers. Oh, my God. 4 a.m., but I've never been so awake and go Oilers. No, game hasn't started yet, Elizabeth. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Let's lock in. Yeah, Draisaitl was nominated for the Hart Trophy. I didn't mention that in my pregame. I should have done that. Do we get a Game 7 for the Stars? I don't know. I don't know. Colorado's on home ice. They're a very tough team to beat on home ice. So it'll be very interesting to see. Yeah, I am surprised McKinnon wasn't nominated either, but I am glad that it was Kucherov, Hellebuck, and Draisaitl. I think those would have been my top three. And in order, I would say Draisaitl should be number 1, Hellebuck number 2, and then Kucherov number 3. The only reason I wouldn't give Hellebuck the Hart, it's not because he's not deserving, but the Winnipeg Jets were also such a high offensive team that if you had a different goalie in net, I still think Winnipeg is a good team. Maybe they don't win the Central, but it's not like they relied on Hellebuck. Oh my God, Gene Principe is caught in a mosh pit right now. Jesus. Yo, what's up, Ash? Good to see you again. What's up, Vince? Colorado leads 1-0. The Kings and Avs were the two best home teams this year. Yep. Yeah, Dallas is going to have to find a way to get one on the road. That's a tough building to play in. Gene is cooked. Yeah, and poor Gene. Jets were a deep team. Oh, yeah. Jets are a very deep team. First 10 minutes, absolutely. Kemper will tonight be in God mode once again. If not, 5-1 Oilers. I'm curious to know, like, how fatigued do goalies get as a series goes on? Because Kemper's workload the last 2 games, he faced 48 shots in Game 4, and then he faced 46 shots in Game 5. So that's a lot of rubber being thrown his way. Oh, yeah, Rogers Place is good. Like, the roof's going to get blown off that building, especially if Edmonton comes out and gets an early lead. He looks like Craig Button. All right, looks like the players are about to come out onto the ice here. And then they'll have the anthems, and then we're going to be ready to go. If there was, man, Leafs Oilers Stanley Cup final, the whole country would shut down. I want to see McDavid do his black magic. I'm expecting some McDavid magic tonight. I think that this team, the Oilers that is, they know the job that needs to be done here tonight. There is a go-to-work professional attitude with this team. They understand that, you got to get the job done as soon as possible, right? Don't let teams hang in the series. I agree, Stacey, 100%. It is strange that the Kings are playing such a collapsing defense now. I don't get it. I have to mute the stream because of the delay, but I will be listening at every whistle. Love that. No worries, Zach. He knows what's at stake. Absolutely, Dacky. No rookie mistakes. I hope not. Not many rookies on the Oilers. In fact, no rookies on the Oilers. This is it. Let's go, Oilers. What's going on, Roberto? I hope you're doing well. Minnesota's been eliminated. They put up a hard fight against the Vegas Golden Knights. 2 of those games went to overtime. I think every loss was a 1-goal loss. I could be wrong. 3 of their losses were just by 1 goal. They gave Vegas all they could handle. Yeah, that's sad that Marc-Andre Fleury's career is over now. But what a terrific career. He has any job that he wants in the future. Oilers Nation dude just got on Sportsnet. What? Which one? Which Oilers Nation guy? Predictions for Florida, Toronto? I'm not going to comment on round 2 until certain things happen. I don't like jinxing things. What's up, Justin? Good luck to the Kings tonight, my friend. Oh, Liam. Okay, cool. Agree, Maxi. Dude, the Moss Pit is absolutely insane tonight. As a Kings fan, neither of the remaining games tonight will ease my anxiety. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even recognize. I saw McMullet, but I wasn't paying attention for anyone else. What's up, Adam? I think the Oilers will win if Pickard is in the net, or who's in the Oilers net? It is Calvin Pickard. And the crowd is chanting Kemper already. Already trying to get into Kemper's head. I don't know how much it actually works, but taking my hat off for the anthem. Don't mind the messy, gross-looking hair. Yeah, that's unfortunate, Wild. I mean, considering the up-and-down season that you guys had, all the injury troubles, you guys put up a great fight against the Vegas Golden Knights. That's a tough one. I'm flying from Atlanta to come to Edmonton for a game this year. Yo, Stacy, that's amazing. Nothing beats Edmonton when it comes to hockey. What's up, Cat Daddy? Yo, I'm doing great, Coolistic. How you doing? They're just singing the anthems right now, so that's why my hat is off and we're just chilling. From Detroit, where you're coming as well this season. Hey, that's going to be exciting. I hope you enjoy your stay in Edmonton. It's going to be so much fun. From Riverview, New Brunswick, Shane says 5-2 Oilers. I love that. Pretty late over in New Brunswick, eh? Tell the fans no waves. Yeah, exactly. No waves. Yeah, it would have been nice if they could have went on a bit of a run for Marc-Andre Fleury. That's amazing, Stacey. And Atlanta should be getting a new team again. Sounds like when there's expansion happening, Atlanta is tops on the NHL's list, so maybe you'll have your own team to go back to. $11 here, pregame naps. Yeah, just like my dad. He lives out east too, so he has to have his nap before the game. Will Epcombe be back? From Moncton, New Brunswick. Hey, I love the Eastern Canada representation right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he went to Utah. That's an organization he can grow and build with. What's up, Haley? I'm a teacher in Montreal. I've been turning my kids into Oilers fans, hoping I can give them good news tomorrow. I hope so, Haley. Let's get it done. Let's get it done tonight. Sounds like Kings fans want Jim Hiller to get fired if the Kings get eliminated. I follow a lot of Kings fans on Twitter, and they have not been happy with how he has coached this series. All right, folks. The anthems are done. I'm turning the volume up. I'm going to be hiding the chat here in just a moment because you're going to be ahead of me. But the score clock, it's going to be on the bottom right of the scoreboard that I have on the screen. So you're always going to know how much time is left in the period. Sometimes the time will get cut off, especially if there's power plays. That's something that I just can't fix. But the Oilers have a job to do tonight. Game 6, looking for a quick start. All right. The Oilers looking to eliminate the Los Angeles Kings for the 4th straight season. Good luck, everyone. Let's have some fun. Let's go, Oilers. You have Adam Henrique with Connor Brown and Trent Frederick starting for Edmonton. Puck is won to Brett Kulak. He's going to bring it back into his own zone. Crowd is loud. Frederick into the middle for Connor Brown. Brown walks in with a shot. Rebound by Kemper. It's loose in front for a moment as the Kings will race it up the ice. They'll dump it into the far left corner in the Oilers zone. Edmonton will come back up with it. Here's Brown to Darnell Nurse through the neutral zone with speed. Nurse towards Kemper. Kemper's just going to hang on, and the Oilers will get an offensive zone face-off. Yeah, the Oilers usually put their third line out to start. What's up? I'm just Tim. How you doing? Offensive zone draw for Edmonton. Now they got the Evander Kane, Nugent Hopkins, and Hyman, I would imagine, is out there. Yes, it's Hyman. Nugent Hopkins wins the faceoff. He'll play it to Klingberg with a shot on to Kemper off of his pad, and that goes out of play. So the Oilers with a couple shots on goal early. Edmonton has brought that energy back from Game 5. Crowd is chanting Kemper. Rogers Place is a ruckus tonight. LA wins the defensive zone draw. Can't get it out. Nugent Hopkins tries to get up to Zach Hyman, but it comes to Doughty, and he'll find Moore. Trevor Moore. Flip into the middle of the ice, into the Oilers zone. Puck comes to Nugent Hopkins. Evander Kane supports, gives it to Zach Hyman at center. Tries to get it in deep. Moore through the middle of the ice. That's cut off by Wallman. Here's Wallman. Tries to enter the Kings zone. He's checked off the puck, and it'll come back to Ryan Nugent Hopkins as the Oilers are going to get their top line out now. John Klingberg hangs back and waits for reinforcements. He'll skate it and give it to Leon Draisaitl. He'll skate through center. Draisaitl, hard rim to the right half wall. Edmonton can't come up with it, and Laferriere, he'll give the puck up the middle. Here's a breakaway for Byfield, and he scores! Quinton Byfield with an early 1-0 lead for the Kings. Their first shot of the game. The Oilers got caught. Byfield cut up the middle, and it's 1-0 LA early. And was that Nurse and Bouchard out there together again? It was. Darnell Nurse cut through, and you know what? Nurse, he came across too far. Nurse didn't have to do that at all. There was no reason for that. No reason for Darnell Nurse to go as far over as he did. That's Evan Bouchard's side of the ice. Byfield gets in. Nice goal. And it's 1-0 LA. Lucky for Edmonton, it is still early. Puck towards the Kings net, doesn't make it. Here's Laferriere. He's checked off the puck by Arvidsson. Podkolzin comes in, physically, trying to come up with it. High flip. And here's Victor Arvidsson for the Oilers. Spins on his forehand. He's tripped up. No call. He'll come to Nurse at the point. That doesn't make it through. And Byfield to skate it through the middle again. He's hit by Nurse. Nurse, he falls down. Puck is stuck in the middle of the ice. Podkolzin's going to skate it through. Here comes Podkolzin with a shot, and that's stopped by Darcy Kemper. Edmonton will get their top line out again. Here comes Kempe. Dumps it in deep. Klingberg's going to be chased behind his net. Pickard leaves it for him. Klingberg up the boards. Draisaitl can't come up with it. It's offside for a moment. And Jake Wallman now. He'll drop it for Connor McDavid. McDavid into the middle. Misses Leon Draisaitl. And Kempe will bring that into the Oilers zone. Kempe, a hard rim around. LA trying to get their cycle going. Stolen by McDavid. 2-on-2 with Leon Draisaitl. Here comes McDavid with speed. Drops it to Draisaitl. Draisaitl shoots, and that's stopped by Kemper. It's loose in front. And Darcy Kemper already having a little bit of rebound control here. All right, 17:21 to play here. But a couple shots on Kemper. His rebound control has been a little bit off. So if you're the Oilers, keep throwing it on net and see if you can crash the crease and get rebounds here on him. That was a nice goal by Byfield. They've shown that replay about 5 times now. Kemper couldn't hold on to the glove save. Puck bounced over Anderson's glove. Adam Henrique wins the draw, comes to Emberson, and the Kings might have a partial break here. Kuzmenko right side shoots, and that might have hit the outside of the post. Frederick in the neutral zone. He's going to play that across. He finds Henrique. Henrique to Connor Brown. In front. Oh, and here's Frederick with a shot. It's loose in front. Here's Connor Brown. He can't get it to the net. Brown with another shot. They score! Deflected in front, and Connor Brown, he's going to get credit for the Oilers' goal. And they have tied this game up at 1. Connor Brown. Wow. I don't know what that hit in front, but the Oilers have already tied this thing up. What is happening? Henrique brought it in. Brown, he brought it to the front of the net. Frederick with the shot, blocked in front. And then Brown waits. Henrique in the crease. It hits off 3 bodies. I think it went off Brant Clark and in. Who did that hit? Did it hit Henrique? It might have hit Henrique. Might have hit Brant Clark. I'm not sure. Let's see. Did this hit Henrique or Brant Clark in front? It went off Adam Henrique. That's Adam Henrique's goal. That's going to be Adam Henrique's goal. Jim Hiller was looking to maybe challenge, but there's no way that Hiller's going to challenge that. There was no goalie interference. So Adam Henrique's going to get credit for that goal. Oilers have tied this game up. 16:56 to play here in the first period. Here's Nugent Hopkins now. He's going to be kicked out of the faceoff dot. Evander Kane, he'll step in. He wins it back to Darnell Nurse. Oilers have already tied this game up. Puck in the neutral zone. Kane into the middle. Tries to find Zach Hyman. Hyman against Edmondson. Brings Edmondson hard into the boards. Evander Kane gets in on the forecheck. Oilers can't come up with possession. Kings through the middle of the ice. They're going to come up with it, and that's actually going to be offside on LA. Bogle and Moore are not happy about it, but that was offside. What? So that hit one body in front, and then off of Adam Henrique's forearm and in. So they were showing the Oilers' goal again. It went off of 2 bodies, but it is Adam Henrique's goal. But Connor Brown threw it towards the goal. Good things happen when you throw the puck towards the net. Here's Hyman trying to get it to Nugent Hopkins. He's checked off the puck. Philip Deneau brings it through the middle. Here comes a shot. Oh my God. And Brant Clark makes it 2-1 for the Kings on their 3rd shot of the game. Brant Clark beats Calvin Pickard over the blocker, and it's 2-1. Uh-oh. I don't know, man. So Bouchard tried to throw it up the boards. Nugent Hopkins loses it. And then Brandt Clarke walks in and, yeah, Pickard just misreads it. Yeah, he just zips it over Calvin Pickard's blocker. Good goal by Brandt Clarke. Pickard just missed it. 2 goals on 3 shots for the Kings. Victor Arvidsson now on the forecheck for Edmonton. He'll get in on the attack. Puck down low along the half wall. Calvin Pickard's been solid this series, but he's got to lock it down right now. They cannot afford to give up more goals here. Kings bring it back into the Oilers zone. Behind the net to Fiala. To the half wall. Oh, man, and Byfield with a shot. That almost went in, and here comes Arvidsson. 3-on-2 for the Oilers. Victor Arvidsson. He walks in with Podkolzin with a shot. Doesn't make it to the net. Behind the goal, he'll give it to Janmark to Arvidsson. He cycles. Here's a shot! And that goes through Kemper, but just wide. And there's a penalty against the Kings. The Oilers are going to get a power play here. Chance to tie it right back up. Oh, boy. We're going to have one of those games, folks. We're going to have one of these games. Maybe there's no goaltending tonight. So Edmonton gets a power play. Laferriere is going off. And the Oilers are going to get their top unit out. Oh, Laferriere hit from behind on Podkolzin. Bit of a cross-check there. Boarding, whatever you want to call that. Hope Podkolzin's okay. I think he's no worse for wear. Top unit out for the Oilers. McDavid, Nugent Hopkins, Perry, Draisaitl, and Bouchard. Puck is shot down the ice. Oilers are 4 for 12 in this series. Here comes Bouchard. He's going to bring it up the ice here. Bouchard. He drops it. Connor McDavid with speed. Here comes Connor. Through the middle. He walks in. What a backhand. And he's taken down. And Connor McDavid almost scores on an individual effort. Puck comes to Bouchard. Across to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl plays it to McDavid. McDavid to Bouchard at the point. He shoots it. Rebound in front. Perry can't come up with it. As Darcy Kuemper once again can't control his rebounds. Puck to the half wall, kept in by the Oilers, and it's going to be shot down the ice as the Oilers are going to have to regroup. All right, here's McDavid now. Through the middle. A minute left on the power play. Right side. Cuts into the middle. He shoots. That shot is deflected wide. Nugent Hopkins are hard around the boards. That's cut off by Edmondson. And the Kings are going to get it up the ice. Oh, man, the Kings would have had a 2-on-1 if they would have made that pass. Jeez. Here comes Connor McDavid. Across to Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl. He'll spin it back to Bouchard. Across to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins trying to make a play. Down low to Zach Hyman. Behind the Kings net. Gives it to Connor McDavid, right circle. Here's a shot. They score! Ryan Nugent Hopkins ties the game up at 2. As we've got a crazy game. 4 goals have been scored in the first 5 minutes and 55 seconds of this hockey game. What the hell is happening? Someone make a save. Nice goal by Ryan Nugent Hopkins as the Oilers got in on the cycle. Hyman went out for Perry. McDavid across. Nugent Hopkins. He puts it over the blocker of Kuemper, who was in position, but Kemper's sitting on his goal line. And Nugent Hopkins picks his corner. If Kemper's going to play deep, the Oilers are going to have to go up high on him all night. Ryan Nugent Hopkins with a huge goal to tie things up. The Oilers' power play is heating up. So the Kings are going to have to stay out of the box here. And we're back to a tie game. I don't know what the hell's going on. Here's Connor Brown now for the Oilers. He'll give that puck to Brett Kulak. Kulak up the half wall. That is going to go out of play, and we're going to have a commercial break here. Unbelievable. I don't know, Justin. They have a little bit of puck luck tonight. I'll agree, a little bit of puck luck. But let's not pretend that the Kings haven't also scored a ton of power play goals this series. I think both teams have scored, I think the LA have, how many power play goals does LA have? 6? The Oilers now have 5, something like that. What a start to this hockey game, though. What the hell is this? This is wild. Yeah, Calvin Pickard's got to lock it down. The shots are 9-3, but it's 2-2. Calvin Pickard has to lock this thing down now. He absolutely can't afford to give up anything else. The over was 6.5. We may hit that in the first period. Oh, no, Mr. Lechonk. Oh, he's missing a good start, I guess. It was Adam Henrique's goal. They're going to give the goal to Henrique. I know they originally credited Connor Brown, but it's going to go to Henrique. I mean, I think the Oilers have played well. One defensive breakdown led to a Quinton Byfield breakaway, and nice move, nice goal. I don't think there's much Pickard could do. It was the second goal for LA that I think you want to stop on. Brant Clark, he just rifled one over the blocker of Calvin Pickard. Again, it's a snipe. It's a good shot. But 2 goals on 3 shots for the Kings, where the Oilers have, kind of controlled early play here. You'd like at least 1 save, I think. Nugent Hopkins got the second goal for Edmonton, and Brant Clark scored for the Kings, their second goal. Could you imagine, Colton? Oh, my God. Oh. I predict a Podzilla goal. I'd love to see one. What's up, Sergio? Good to see you again. All right, we are back from commercial break. Here's Darnell Nurse. Spins away from trouble. He'll find Evan Bouchard. Up the middle, here's Connor McDavid to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl tries to find Evander Kane, who's getting a shift on the top line here. He plays it down low. Anze Kopitar, he's going to play it up the left boards. That's going to come to Kempe. He'll get it in deep. Evander Kane supporting. Brings the puck behind his own net, and he's going to start wheeling up the left side. He drops it back for Darnell Nurse. Darnell Nurse waiting for a change. Waiting for some reinforcements here. He holds on to the puck. Oilers get Adam Henrique and Connor Brown out onto the ice, along with Trent Frederick. Puck dumped in deep for Edmonton. Connor Brown in on the forecheck. He comes up with it. Trent Frederick trying to find Adam Henrique. Henrique now against LaFerriere. He plays it back to his defense. Drew Doughty gets that puck to Mikey Anderson. He'll give that puck to Fiala. Across to Doughty. Fiala with speed enters the Oilers zone. Walks in, shoots. Oh, and that deflects just wide. Drew Doughty at the blue line. Holds on. Finds Fiala. That goes off of shin pad of Trent Frederick or Adam Henrique and out of play. 12:41 to play here in the first period. Sent a super sticker, but it never showed. Did you? I don't see it. It didn't come up on my end either. Maybe it's delayed. Maybe it'll come back. Puck. Face off in the Oilers zone. Kings, they come up with it. Trying to get in on the forecheck here. Nice job by Edmonton. Play comes to Brett Kulak. Kulak gets the puck in deep. Victor Arvidsson's going to come up with it. Arvidsson cuts in front. Backhand in front. And he tries to get a shot off. And Victor Arvidsson, he's going to go to the penalty box for goalie interference. And Darcy Kuemper is down and looks shaken up. Uh-oh. Darcy Kuemper looks shaky. I think head contact was made. All right, Kemper's saying, no, I'm good. Kuemper did make, Arvidsson did make contact with Kuemper. Arvidsson drives in, cuts in front. He does cut through the crease. That's a penalty. That's 100% goalie interference. Yeah, it's through the blue paint. You have to call that. If you want to protect goaltenders, you have to make those calls. All right, glad Kemper's not hurt. The Oilers are going to have to kill a penalty now. But that is a penalty. Arvidsson, he's just got to not cut through the blue paint next time. But as an Oilers fan, we saw Stuart Skinner take a couple hits to the head through the crease. So I don't want to see injuries to anyone, let alone the goaltenders. Defensive zone draw for Edmonton. Darnell Nurse is going to hard rim and down the ice. Darcy Kemper out of his net. He's going to hold on to it and leave it for Kempe. Here comes Adrian Kempe. Into the middle. Kempe with speed. Tries to get a shot off. Doesn't make it to the goal. Nice job by Kulak to prevent another opportunity. LA battling for it. Nugent Hopkins can't get it up the boards. Comes back to Nugent Hopkins. He's being all hooked up. Here's Nugent Hopkins. He's checked behind his net. Can't get it up the ice. Kopitar keeps it alive. Here's Kempe at the point. Comes across to Anze Kopitar towards the Oilers' goal, and that goes over the net. I don't know if Picker got a piece of it, and the Oilers are going to get that into the neutral zone and get at least one change. Adam Henrique, he's going to put pressure on Byfield now. 1:06 to play on the power play for the Kings. Byfield drops it to Kuzmenko. Towards the Oilers' goal, goes wide. Comes to Kopitar, and he loses it. Connor Brown comes up with it. 2-on-1. Here's Connor Brown. Walks in. Oh, and he puts it just over the net. Connor Brown, he tried to put it over the glove of Kemper. Might have hit the crossbar. Connor Brown, nice effort there. Oh, and the Oilers, they almost steal it again. Matthias Janmark. Here comes Moore. Gives it to Warren Fogle. He's checked by Bouchard. Connor Brown, nice high flip down into the Kings zone. Great kill for the Oilers so far. 30 seconds left on the kill. 10:50 to play in the first period. Here's Philip Danault. He'll walk it through, dumps it in behind the Oilers' goal. Brett Kulak will come up with it. Ty Emberson up the right boards and down the ice. He will get that out of trouble. Here's Drew Doughty for LA. 8 seconds to go on the power play for the Kings. Drops it to Clark. Fogle, stick handles into the Oilers zone. Doughty across to Moore with a shot. That's blocked in front. And the Oilers net comes off its moorings. Not sure what happened there. Fogle's talking to the ref. No penalty, but good kill for the Oilers. This is a fast-paced game, by the way. If I'm a little bit behind on my commentary, it's really hard to keep up right now. I have French-Canadian ancestry, even though I was born in California. That's amazing. I love that. Did Brown hit the crossbar there? I don't know. Yeah, Fogle, he went to the back door. Klingberg knocked him into the net, and then the net came off. I don't know what Fogle was complaining about. That's just a net front battle. Not a penalty, in my opinion. Defensive zone draw for Edmonton. They're going to get McDavid out there with Draisaitl and Evander Kane. Here's Nurse. He can't make a play on it. Comes to McDavid behind his goal. Byfield went down. Here's Kane. He'll high flip into the right corner. McDavid, Draisaitl trying to get in after it. Kane can't come up with the puck on the forecheck. The Kings with a 4-on-3 through the neutral zone. Puck comes across to LaFerriere with a shot that goes wide. Puck sent back around the boards. Evander Kane can't get it past the LA Kings defender, and now here's Leon Draisaitl, 1-on-2. Here comes Draisaitl. Stick handles on his backhand. Forehand. Centers it in front. And Kane was tied up. Kane trying to keep the play alive. Nugent Hopkins out for Edmonton now. Corey Perry. They're saying not seeing Corey Perry right now. Here's Klingberg. He'll give it across to Wallman. Wallman with a high flip. Oilers will go in and chase after it. Zach Hyman against Anderson. Puck off the glass. Wallman keeps it alive for a moment, but it comes to Kempe. Into the middle to Kuzmenko. He enters the Oilers zone on his backhand. Right circle. Dumps it behind the Oilers goal. Nice job by the Oilers here. Podkolzin plays it back to Wallman to Klingberg. Up the middle of the ice. That's sent all the way down, and that is going to be icing on Edmonton. Just a bit of miscommunication on the stretch pass. So apparently Perry's on the bench, but he just hasn't been on the top line for a couple shifts in a row. Yeah, Corey Perry's just chilling. Maybe Perry's hurt. I don't know. I don't think he's hurt, but offensive zone draw for the Kings. Helenius is going to take it against Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins loses the faceoff, comes to the point, blocked by Podkolzin. And Nugent Hopkins, he'll flip it up the right boards. Zach Hyman brings it into the Kings zone. Zach Hyman, he's being double, triple teamed here, tries to keep the puck alive, and the Kings will get it out. Here's Brett Kulak. He'll just dump it in. Oilers will get their change after their icing. Trent Frederick in on the forecheck. Oilers put some pressure on, and here comes Malott. Malott towards the net, off the side, short side, almost beat Calvin Pickard, and Brett Kulak now. He'll play it up the right boards, and then it comes to Connor Brown. He skates it through the neutral zone, just can't squeak by Drew Doughty, who sends it back in on Brett Kulak. Here's Ty Emberson. Emberson spins away from a check, comes to Adam Henrique. Oilers struggling to get the puck out here. Kings working hard on the forecheck. They have 3 forwards deep, though. Here comes Draisaitl. Oh, and Draisaitl, he tried to play it across to Brown as the Kings walk it through the neutral zone. But nice job by Edmonton. Getting sticks in lanes. Comes to Draisaitl. Another 3-on-2. He'll play it to Nurse. To Connor Brown. Brown behind the Kings net. Checked by Drew Doughty. But Doughty loses it. Here's Leon Draisaitl. He'll play it down low. Just misses McDavid, who's going to go in after it against Mikey Anderson. Steals it from Anderson. Puck comes to Draisaitl. Here's McDavid. Walks in. It's loose. Kemper with the save. Comes to the blue line. Here's Bouchard. Down low to Connor McDavid. McDavid drops it for Draisaitl. Right circle. Draisaitl gives it to McDavid. Cuts into the middle. Back to Draisaitl. Draisaitl in front. Here's McDavid. Oh, McDavid was open. Here's Nurse. Shoots. Oh, and Kemper with the save. McDavid had a great look. I don't know why he didn't shoot that. Connor McDavid was in a great shooting area, but he decided to play it back to the point. Nice job by Edmonton, though. They're getting into those inside lanes once again, just like we saw in Game 5 and in the third period and overtime of Game 4. So the Oilers, I like the way they're playing right now. Yes, the Kings have 2 goals, but Edmonton's play has been solid, at least in my view. Like McDavid, he's like, he could have maybe tried to pick a corner, maybe try and go 5-hole, or just bring it to the blue paint and try and shove it in. In Wayne's World, the donut shop Wayne and Garth visited was named after what former Chicago Blackhawk? I have no idea. It's been so long since I've seen Wayne's World. That's true, Ted. My second favorite team is the Boston Bruins, sadly. Boo! What's going on with Pickard? First goal, don't really blame him on, but the second goal I would have really liked to save. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Chatty McChadface. This game has been outrageous. Who scored first? It was the Kings. LA scored first. And then the Oilers tied it. And then LA scored again to make it 2-1. And then the Oilers made it 2-2. It was 2-2 5 minutes into the game. It depends on the result of this game, Mr. NHL, whether I'm sleeping good or bad tonight. Bruins have some cool players. I love Pasta. Yeah, I love Pasta. Oh, I know, yeah. Poor Pasta. I hope so, Dacky. They got to get that lead, though. The time should be coming up on the clock here soon for how much time is left in the period. Offensive zone draw. 7:14 to play here in the first period. Shots are 13-4 Edmonton. Here's Nurse towards the net. Deflected in front, and the Oilers score! Zach Hyman with the deflection makes it 3-2 Edmonton. What a tip by Zach Hyman! 3-2 Oilers with 7:11 to play in the period. This period, I mean, this game is literally This game is literally on adrenaline. I don't know what the hell's going on. Nugent Hopkins wins the faceoff. Darnell Nurse with the shot, and what a tip by Zach Hyman. Wow. Or as Shaquille O'Neal would say, Shaq Hyman. What a deflection by Zach Hyman. Nothing Darcy Kuemper can do. 3-2 Oilers with 7 minutes to play in the first period. Puck up the right boards, and Hyman's going to chase after it against Edmondson. Not icing. Brant Clark now. He's going to be pressured. High flip. Doesn't get it out. Nugent Hopkins keeps it in, but Brant Clark, he'll skate it up through the neutral zone. He'll give that puck to Fiala. Here's Byfield in the middle to Laferriere. Laferriere behind the Oilers' goal comes to Fiala. Fiala will play it back to the point. Here's Edmondson towards the net. Stopped in front. Stopped by Pickard. It's still loose. Here's another shot towards the Oilers' goal. Blocked again. Puck deflected all over the place. Oilers desperate to get a puck out. Broken stick. Here's a shot. That goes just wide. Oilers desperate to get this puck out, and Zach Hyman finally gets it into the neutral zone. A little bit of a chaotic shift for the Oilers. Puck comes to John Klingberg now. 6:15 to play. Klingberg plays it all the way back to Emberson. He gives it back to Klingberg up the middle of the ice. Here comes Connor Brown, or Victor Arvidsson, sorry. Arvidsson on his forehand, trying to make a play through the middle. Kulak can't come up with it. Here comes Kempe. He'll skate it into the Oilers zone. He's checked by Arvidsson. Arvidsson off the boards, comes to Podkolzin. Here's Arvidsson. Oh, and Arvidsson, he had Janmark streak into the middle. Doughty comes up with it and gives it to Warren Fogle. Fogle enters the Oilers' blue line. Around the boards hard. Podkolzin's going to come up with it, though. Here's Podkolzin to Victor Arvidsson in the middle of the ice. Sorry, Corey Perry has it. Corey Perry with a high flip towards Kuemper. That's stopped by Edmondson. Oilers steal it, though. Kings can't get rid of it. Here's Draisaitl. Center's in front. Oh, and Darcy Kuemper forced to hold on to that one. Holy smokes. 5:25 to play. The Oilers with a 3-2 lead off the go-ahead goal by Zach Hyman. This is an outrageous first period. Outrageous. My heart rate is not going to go below 120 this whole game. I know it. And now there's chaos. Yeah, exactly. Jeepers creepers, man. But the Oilers, again, they are playing very well right now, in my opinion. Hope I have a good cardiologist. I do have a good cardiologist. I don't know. The line 2, it should be Kane, Nugent Hopkins, and Zach Hyman is what line 2 should be. But we've seen that line get changed up just a little bit already. Put $30 on the Oilers winning tonight to cash out for around $50. I don't recommend betting, but I felt good about today's game. You know what? Sometimes when you have that feeling, you make the bet. Now, I personally would never make the bet, but I never bet on my own teams. I agree, Lola. I agree. That's why I was saying Calvin Pickard has to lock in now. Calvin Pickard has to lock in. The Oilers also got to find a way to get a multi-goal lead. The Oilers have not had a multi-goal lead except for that empty netter by Nugent Hopkins to make it 3-1 in Game 5. I would be more comfortable if this team had a multi-goal lead heading to the second period. Oh, wait, no, that's a lie. They had a 2-0 lead in game, what was it? Game 3. I lied. Stan Mikita, gotcha. For the Wayne's World question. My least favorite team? Probably the Vancouver Canucks. They're one of my least favorite teams ever. Vegas is also up there. Maybe Vegas and Vancouver are probably my 2 least favorite teams. I don't hate the Leafs. I think their coverage sometimes from the media is a little overdone, but I don't hate them. I don't like them. All right, offensive zone draw for Edmonton. Draisaitl with McDavid and Perry. Draisaitl loses it. Perry can't get the inside lane. He keeps the puck alive, though. Here's McDavid. Oh, he tried to send it to Draisaitl. Oh, and the Kings have a breakaway. Here comes Moore on the backhand. He can't get the shot off. It's centered in front. Oh, the Oilers are down. Puck is still loose. How did that stay out? I don't know how that stayed out. Corey Perry trying to get it up to Draisaitl. Kings still have it. Here's a shot. And that stopped. Edmondson at the blue line across. Another shot by Deneau doesn't make it. Draisaitl now. He's going to skate it up. He'll give it to Connor McDavid with speed. Here's McDavid. Gets by Gavrikov. He goes down. Here's Draisaitl on his backhand. Draisaitl across to Wallman at the blue line. Wallman, nice stick handle. Down low, Connor McDavid protects. He's being held by Gavrikov. Philip Deneau now. He'll play it to Moore. It's cut off. Oh, and something hit Wallman in the face. Might have been the puck. He's checking his chicklets. But I don't know how that puck stayed out for the Oilers against, like, the Kings had all that pressure in the crease. That was a mad scramble. Here's Fiala now. Across. One-timer just misses the net. Here's Turcotte. Centers it in front. Can't find a clear man. Henrique and Klingberg battle for the puck behind the net. Turcotte comes up with it. Back to the blue line. Here's a shot. And that's stopped by Pickard. Oilers a little bit under siege here. A little bit of chaos right now. A little bit of chaos. They got to calm down. Thank you, Adonis. I appreciate that. Jeez, man. Nice job by Pickard. He didn't give any room to Fiala. Puck came to the blue paint. Two Oilers dove on top of the puck. It was under Nurse. It squeaked out. Corey Perry then came up with it. I don't know how that puck stayed out. And then Drew Doughty with a bomb. And Calvin Pickard just gets down and covers that 5-hole just in time. That was a close one. And Hellenius, I didn't realize how big Hellenius is. Jesus, he was standing in front of Pickard there on that Doughty shot. Draisaitl, defensive zone draw. He's out there with Janmark and... who is that for Edmonton? Emberson's out there. Draisaitl, Janmark, and Arvidsson. They have Draisaitl out just to win the draw. He'll likely go off after the face-off. Oilers. Hey, the LA Kings played the puck with their glove on the face-off circle, and the Kings come up with it. They bring it in front. Stopped in front by Pickard. That should have been a penalty on the Kings. It looked like they covered that puck with their hand. Here's Byfield. He'll shoot that puck around the boards. Podkolzin. He'll play it to Emberson. Stolen by the Kings. Comes to the far half wall. Janmark can't come up with it. Kings putting pressure in the offensive zone. Janmark behind his net. LaFerriere. He brings it back to the point. Here's Mikey Anderson. Across to Drew Doughty. He shoots, and that hits Podkolzin's stick, and his stick explodes. Podkolzin without a stick. The Kings with pressure. Mikey Anderson, left circle. He'll give it to Fiala. Fiala drops it to Byfield. Byfield down low. Here's Fiala behind the Oilers. That center's in front. It stopped. What a save by Pickard. He hangs on to it. Couple looks for the Kings. The Oilers have been scrambling. Oh, and there's a shot on Arvidsson. There's a lot of rough stuff going on in front of the Oilers' goal here. Wow. There's something in my eye. Calvin Pickard, he's making a couple big saves here. Did Steve Dangle actually shout me out? I haven't seen anything. Oh, that's cool. Yo, Steve Dangle's number one, man. He's probably super stoked that the Leafs won, so. Great block in front. Calvin Pickard had to make a point-blank save on Mikey Anderson, and then Podkolzin just dives on top of Anderson. Here's the face-off. Outside of the Oilers zone, dumped back in. Nugent-Hopkins can't move it up the boards. Wallman loses his stick momentarily. Here's Nugent-Hopkins. Gives it to Evan Bouchard. Bouchard with a high flip. Middle of the ice. Bounces around. LA is going to come up with it. Here's Grant Clark. Nugent Hopkins sends it back deep into the King zone. Hyman and Nuge go in after it. Oh, and Bouchard couldn't come up with it. Not sure what happened there. He was complaining about something. Zach Hyman, he tips the puck deep into the King's zone. He'll go in after it against Mikey Anderson. Puck comes to Evander Kane in the middle of the ice. Down low to Zach Hyman. To Kane with a shot. That goes wide. Here's Connor McDavid to the blue line to Klingberg. Klingberg towards the goal. It deflects around. Just misses wide. Here's Trevor Moore now. High flip to the neutral zone. Fogle can't come up with it cleaning. And that's going to be offside on Warren Fogle. And I'm sorry, folks. I've got like a hair or something in my eye right now. I'm trying to do the commentary, but I can feel something in my eye and it's pissing me off. I agree, Simple. Yep. I appreciate it, Ryan. Yo, what's going on, Mickey? How you doing? All right, 2:08 to play. If you're watching the live stream and enjoying yourself, make sure to hit that like button. Goes a long way in supporting the channel. Here's Drew Doughty. He'll play it across to Mikey Anderson. It looks like Anderson and Doughty have just been on the ice the whole time for the Kings this period. Here's Nurse. He's being pressured. On his forehand, reverses around the boards, off the glass, and that's down the ice. And they're going to call icing. They're going to call icing on Edmonton. I don't know about that. But you know what? That's fair. It's my finger. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's true, Stacy. Line 2's been good. Yeah, I'm going to have to check my eye. As soon as the period ends, I'm going to quickly try and clear my eye here. It's bothering me. All right, Byfield, offensive zone draw for the Kings. He wins it. Comes to Doughty. Doughty tries to play down low. Mikey Anderson behind the Oilers' net. Darnell Nurse throws a hit. Comes to Fiala. Fiala reverses. Kulak on his backhand. He's going to pick it up. Trying to get it up the boards. He does get it out, and Corey Perry will just send it through the neutral zone. The Oilers' top line hasn't really been able to get going here. Kings seem to possess the puck every time McDavid's on the ice. Puck dumped in deep. Corey Perry's going to be chased. He reverses to Darnell Nurse. Darnell Nurse on his forehand, being pressured by a couple of Kings. Comes to Brett Kulak. Kulak skates it up the middle. Here comes Kulak. Oilers making a change. Here's John Klingberg. A minute to play in the period. Adam Henrique dumps the puck in deep into the Kings zone. Oilers have to get back on the attack here. Puck behind the Kings net. Comes to the far half wall. And here's Hellenius. Hellenius can't get it by the linesman. Puck bouncing around the neutral zone. Played by Henrique to Wallman to Klingberg. Klingberg through the middle. He misses Henrique with the puck. 38 seconds to play. Puck comes to Gavrikov. Up the middle. That misses everyone. That's going to be an icing as the Oilers will have an offensive zone face-off with 34 seconds left in the period. That's true, Dacky. That's true. I loved Philip Deneau when he was on Montreal. I really wanted Edmonton to pick up Philip Deneau. All right, offensive zone draw. Draisaitl out there with Hyman and McDavid. Draisaitl against Hellenius. This is a line mismatch here if you're the Kings. LA wins it, though. Hyman bumped off the draw. And here come the Kings. Here's Spence. He'll just put it, well, not deep. Evan Bouchard will pick it up. Here's Bouchard. Holds on to the puck. Bouchard, right. Oh, and the Oilers have iced it now. Oh, my goodness. Just a little bit of, I don't know, sloppy play, I would say. Nick Taylor put the ESPN guys to shame. Yeah, that's true for you, though. That was a pretty big downgrade. Oilers, defensive zone draw. McDavid can't come up with it. Up the boards. Here's Drew Doughty. Hangs on. He'll play it. Oh, man, what a move by Kuzmenko. He'll walk in, shoots it towards the goal. That deflects wide. Towards the net. That bounces wide again. Here's Zach Hyman now. Towards the net. Oh, and he tried to find Draisaitl with a potential breakaway pass. And the Oilers, I would say the Oilers are lucky to get out of that period up by 1 because the Kings really, like the last 6 minutes of that first period, the LA Kings pushed real hard there. So we'll have to see how Edmonton responds in period 2. I would say the Oilers, for the most part, controlled play until about 5 minutes left in the period, is what I would say. All right, so we're going to take a look at some of the stats. Oh, Colorado's up 3-2 over the Stars in the second period. They already have 26 shots. We're not even halfway through the second period in that Stars game. But we are going to go to the game center for the Oilers and Kings. We're going to take a look at some of the in-game stats. Just an outrageous flurry of goals. Byfield scored a minute 19. Now, there's a couple things that happen here. Let's go over the Edge Visualizer. A couple things happen. So, 3 forwards deep. Bouchard, again, this is a bad read. When you have 3 forwards deep, he's got to see this. He's got to scan the ice. What he should just do, honestly, don't even skate backwards. Turn around and skate forwards as hard as you can towards your own zone. But Bouchard, he tries to put pressure here for whatever reason. And then Nurse, he's coming across to cover number 22, which is Fiala. So Nurse is doing his job. Draisaitl on the back check loses Byfield, who has the step on him. But this would be Draisaitl's guy. Bouchard, again, it's just a tough read at the start of the game. Guys just got to be more aware, right? Guys just have to be more aware. You have to be able to read that better. Again, we'll watch the Oilers dump it in. Of course, Bouchard may be expecting it to come to the blue line. But again, if you have 3 forwards deep, Bouchard cannot hold that blue line. He's got to get back. And then Draisaitl, he's got to react better to Byfield cutting up the middle. Draisaitl, he loses his man. Nurse did the good job. He came in on Fiala. That's what you're supposed to do. If your right D-man gets caught, Nurse was coming in to cover. Draisaitl's got to be back. It's a combination of errors. Absolute combination of errors there. Obviously, the Oilers, they need Ekholm back as soon as possible because the Oilers are getting exposed defensively. Luckily, they do have the lead. Now, when we take a look at Adam Henrique's goal, this puck was, again, a flurry in front. Trent Frederick, he got a shot off. Puck comes to Connor Brown, and look at the collapse here. The LA Kings completely collapse towards their own crease. And then Connor Brown, he holds, he throws a shot towards the net. Henrique gets, he didn't even tip it. It just went off of his arm. That beats Kemper. Nothing Kemper can do. And then Brandt Clark, this is the goal that I wanted to save from Calvin Pickard. This is the one where I'm like, Calvin Pickard should be able to make the save. But again, it's Nurse and Bouchard again. I feel bad. They're -2. This one's not really on them. The Oilers have this covered pretty well. Again, he gets open, but Darnell Nurse, he keeps him outside. This is a shot from distance. This is usually a shot from your goaltender that you want the save from, right? Like, it's a shot from distance. I'm not saying it's a bad shot. Brandt Clark, that was a really good shot. He sniped it, but I think Calvin Pickard wants that one back. It wasn't really a defensive breakdown for Edmonton. And then, of course, we'll go to the Nugent Hopkins power play goal. They were cycling it around. Puck came to Hyman, who went on the ice for a parry. He gives it to McDavid. A nice job by McDavid. He reads the play so well. He plays it across the ice so fast. Kemper, he's stuck on his goal line. Nugent Hopkins, he doesn't hold on to the puck long. He absolutely just rifles it over the blocker. That made it 2-2. And then this goal for Zach Hyman. This puts the Oilers ahead off the faceoff. Look at Evander Kane. He's in the shooting position here. If Nuge was trying to win it to him, but Nuge wins it back to Darnell Nurse. And then Zach Hyman, he gets in front of Edmondson. Byfield's also in the lane, but Hyman, he reaches around his check, puts his stick on the puck, deflects it over the glove of Darcy Kemper. That makes it 3-2 Edmonton. The 2 penalties in that period, Laferriere for boarding and Arvidsson for interference. The difference right now is special teams. The Oilers are 1 for 1 on the power play. The Kings are 0 for 1 as we take a look at the stats. We'll also take a look at the money puck here. I'm just going to refresh money puck because it's a little bit... Oh, Dallas tied the game against Colorado. Look at that. Take a look at the money puck. According to money puck, the Oilers have had the better chances. But I would say that was a pretty even period overall. The Kings did get their looks towards the end of the period. If you take a look, the Oilers were dominating play, but the Kings, the last 5 minutes, the Oilers, did the Oilers even have a shot? They didn't even have a shot on net in the final 6 minutes or so. Look at this flat line. No shots on net. None. No shots on net for Edmonton in the final 6 minutes. The Kings started pressing, but the Oilers, they lead in the expected goal department. If we take a look at players in all situations here, Evander Kane, he's at the bottom. Klingberg, maybe having a tough night. Connor Brown, Trent Frederick, and Henrique, they lead the way, and that makes sense. That line has been great. Perry did play. He did not play much. Darcy Kemper, a negative 1.19 goal save above expected. And if we take a look at the time on ice, McDavid led all forwards on Edmonton with time on ice. Led all players, actually. Arvidsson, lowest amount of time on ice. Frederick next to him. Corey Perry played 4:39. Played 4:39. As, I'll just leave it at that. Leave it at that. All right, so I haven't checked any comments in a while. So if I missed any questions, I do apologize. Probably the best playoff game from fans' perspective. For the worst for a hockey analysis, yeah, I think the coaches are going to want both teams to lock things down here in the second period. 2 high event. Yo, what's going on, APOC? First stream I've been able to catch. How are you feeling, brother? I'm feeling great. How are you doing, APOC? Good to see you again. Random Aussie, good to see you again, my friend. How are you? Line 2 chemistry is too good. I agree. Nurse pinched too far to Boucher's side on the first goal. Thought he could have closed tighter to Clark, forced him to the boards. He had no one with him anyways. That's true, Bradley. That's true. Looks like I'm buying those tickets. Let's go, Zach. Need to lock it down. PK Subban is saying the same thing about Bouch. Okay, well, I mean, I don't want to agree with PK Subban, but at least he's kind of saying the same thing as me there. If you have 3 forwards deep, this is not the first time that this has happened with Bouchard, where there's 3 forwards deep for Edmonton, and he gets caught at that blue line. If you know 3 forwards are deep, just turn around and skate as hard as you can back to the defensive zone. I don't care if you want to try and keep the play alive. I really don't. I don't think Perry took a knock or anything. I think he's okay. 4 goals in 8 minutes in the Stars game. That's wild. Thoughts so far? Ask Mark. Doing well. I'm happy with the Oilers' effort. But the Kings, they're clearly desperate now. They went down 3-2 and they controlled the rest of the period when they got down 3-2. Edmonton has got to find a way to get back to their game and put the pressure on the Kings. Rainbow Six stream win? I don't know. Rainbow Six is that's the game I play most, but we'll have to see what happens. I do have a gaming channel, FC Mobile. I just haven't uploaded anything to it. That's true, Bradley. He likely I would say Bouch probably gets 8 times 9. He probably gets just a hair above Darnell Nurse. I think a hair above. It'll be 9.5, maybe 10 million a year. Maybe. And it's because of how much he produces in the playoffs too, right? Oh man, Lane Hudson, if he signs for 9 to 10 million, that's actually a steal in my opinion. He is going to be so good. So good. He's already so good, but like he is going to be the guy that people like. He's going to change how defensemen play in the NHL, in my opinion. All right, so I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break. Y'all get to hang out with Chair. I hope you enjoy Chair, the company of Chair. Cap going up too? Yeah, exactly, right? Yo, what's up, Northern Farm Girl? Welcome back. Yeah, everyone, we'll take a quick bathroom break, take a quick snack break. Just make sure to hit the like button, all right? What's the like goal on the stream tonight? 250 likes, 200 likes? Let's go 200 likes. That's the goal. 200 likes, smash the like button. Share the stream with everyone that you know that might enjoy a bit of hockey content here. And, I'll be right back. 2,000 likes. Yeah, I don't think so. I saw that comment, Mike. I saw that comment. Come on now. Be nice. What's up, Jade? How you doing? You're so awesome, Chair. We love Chair. You know, everyone is always so nice to Chair. Why is everyone so nice to Chair, but not nice to me? Just kidding. You're all amazing to me. Contract for Bush. I think he gets a hair above Nurse. I think it'll probably be 8 years, about between 9.5 and 10.5 million. I can't imagine he would get more than 11 million. Kirsten, you live in Edmonton, right? I live in Red Deer. So close to Edmonton. Retro with the 199 on Molson for Austin and Molson Farper Chair. Hey, I got the Molson right here, folks. Got the Molson right here. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Was that a bald joke? An unintentional one. Oh, yeah, green deer. My bad. Yeah, green deer. Have to go buy my new car tomorrow, and I literally cannot sleep knowing this game is going down. Oh, man. Well, that's exciting. New car. What kind of car are you getting? Yo, what's up, Rick? W Stream, my brother. Love the channel. I love you more. Yeah, this game's wild, Zach. It is unbelievable. Getting a Tesla. Yo, let's go. Let's go. 11:19 p.m. here in Ottawa. Yeah, late in Ottawa right now. What's up, Gary? How you doing? Still watching from Tokyo. Yo, Collapse of the West watching from Tokyo. Welcome in. That's amazing. You have to believe the Oilers can win, and they will. Just visiting Canada for a few days. What card packs should I buy? For like hockey cards, the Series 2, Upper Deck Series 2, 2024-25 is the newest set. You can get a Macklin Celebrini rookie card in those. That's so cute. All right, Gordon. I watch every video. Your videos are amazing. Let's go, Oily Boys. Hey, J-Dubs, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, tons of viewers from around the world. Like, I love that. No matter where you're watching from, welcome. I'm glad you enjoy the content. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Seriously, you don't understand just how much I appreciate that. Lived in Lacombe for 7 years, now listening here from Korea where I work. Yo, Jay's World, that's amazing. I've been to Lacombe a few times. Usually I'm passing by when I storm chase during the summer times. Yes, I do storm chasing, so. What's going on, Erica? I'll be back in about 15 minutes. Hey, no worries. Where did the cat box go? The cat stuff is... My desk is too cluttered right now. I will figure out a cat cam moving forward. I don't have one at the moment, though. I know, Janias. I know. I really wanted Montreal to extend that series. My favorite American team is the Boston Bruins, and they're also just my second favorite team in general. What do we think? Should I do some gifted memberships? What do we think? 10 gifted memberships? I think I'll do 10 gifted memberships. We're going to give back to the community here. We're over 100 likes. Let's try and get that to almost 200, though. Let's do 5 now, and then we'll do 5 more at the end of the first period. Or end of the second period. All right. Stacy received one. Isaac, Spencer, Troy, and DH. If you got a gifted membership, congrats. Of course, it is just random. I will do another 5 gifted memberships after the second period. Memberships, basically, sometimes when I upload videos, you get early access to them, usually a few hours before everyone else. And of course, you get a little badge next to your name. So, and when you comment on videos or live streams, there's usually a little highlight where people know that you're a member. So I hope you enjoy the memberships. I'll do 5 more in the second intermission. Just pulled 2 Alex Ovechkins back-to-back. Let's go. Nah, they're all in the chat, Simple. I've seen every single one of them. Well, yeah, Nurse and Bouchard got to settle down. I agree. All right, second period is about to start here, folks. I'm going to hide the chat. Florida Panthers fan, Australia. Austin Hockey's cool. I'm not a bot. I'm a real person. Everyone here is real. Everyone here is real. All right, here we go. Second period is on. Puck through the neutral zone. Goes just past Evander Kane. Puck comes to Laferriere, but Darnell Nurse, he'll keep it from entering the Oilers zone cleanly. Evander Kane battles for it. Back to Doughty, though. Here's Fiala. Down to Mikey Anderson. A hard rim around. Darnell Nurse on his backhand. Pressured by Laferriere. 3 Kings in deep. They'll come up with possession. Nice job by the Oilers. Blocking the puck. Comes out in front. Shot from the point doesn't make it. And Darnell Nurse off the boards. And here's Connor Brown. He'll leave that for Brett Kulak. Or Darnell Nurse, sorry. Darnell Nurse on a backhand. Way high and over the net. Comes to Evander Kane. Towards the Kings goal. Doesn't make it. Connor McDavid. He's going to grab the puck. Plays it back to Jake Wallman. Wallman gives it back to McDavid with speed. Here comes McDavid on his backhand. A couple of Kings fall. Here's Draisaitl across to Wallman. Oh, Draisaitl could have shot. And here come the Kings. Looks like 4-on-3 or 4-on-2. Wallman, nice job by Bouchard. Great poke check by Bouch. Oh, man. And the Oilers misfires. Terrible pass. It's a breakaway for Foegele. Stopped by Pickard. What a massive save by Calvin Pickard. It was essentially a 2-on-0. Warren Foegele took it on the breakaway. Here's Philip Deneau. Drops it back. Comes across. Here's a shot, and that goes wide by the Kings. Leon Draisaitl's going to pick it up. Connor McDavid going to get ahead. Potential 2-on-1. Draisaitl into the middle. Backhand towards the goal. Stopped by Kemper. This game is outrageous. Nobody wants to play defense. Here comes Trevor Moore now for the Kings. Behind the Oilers' net. Darnell Nurse's stick is caught. Can't come up with it. Here's Moore. On his backhand, Anze Kopitar. Across to Doughty from the point with a shot. That goes wide. Puck comes back to Anderson. Across to Doughty. Doughty waits. Back to Mikey Anderson. Down low to Kuzmenko. Here's Mikey Anderson to Kuzmenko. Kuzmenko to Anderson. Towards the Oilers' net. It's blocked in front. Behind the Oilers' goal. Nobody knew where it was for a moment. Oilers trying to get it out. Here's Trent Frederick, 3-on-2 for the Oilers. Darnell Nurse to Adam Henrique. Towards the goal, stopped by Kemper. Kings will come up with it, though. Kempe up the right boards. Kuzmenko. He'll wait for reinforcements. Loses it. Oilers trying to get it up the middle. They don't get it out. Oh, they are going to call offside. They are going to call offside. It looked close. Don't know about that one. I agree. The Oilers are way too loose here. Way too loose. Big dick pics, baby. But yeah, the Oilers, I need to see what happened. They're not showing the replay. Sportsnet's so bad at showing the replay of that breakaway by Foegele. What are they doing? I don't understand, man. So Wallman tried to drop it back to Draisaitl, and then Bouchard wasn't there. Nobody on Edmonton was back, and then Warren Foegele, he's stopped by Pickard on that breakaway. Unbelievable save by Calvin Pickard. That is a massive, massive save. Here's a shot by Edmonton off the fly. Doesn't make it to the net. Kept in by Emberson. Down low, Podkolzin chases after it. Throws a hit on Brant Clark. Puck high, flip to the neutral zone. Here's Brett Kulak for the Oilers. He'll give that puck to Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson checked off the puck. Janmark dumps it in deep. Darcy Kemper waiting for reinforcements. Through the middle of the ice. Brett Kulak will take it for Edmonton. He'll play it across to Darnell Nurse. Nurse for Edmonton. Walks it to the red line. Janmark can't get it in deep into the Kings zone, and LA will move it through. Here's Fiala. He falls. No penalty. And the Oilers will grab it. Here comes Evander Kane now. 2-on-2. Kane checked off the puck. Fiala, once again with possession, gives it to Quinton Byfield. Byfield backhands it in deep. He'll get ahead of both Oilers' defense and play it around the far boards. Oh, and Kane's hit hard, and he's hit hard again. Nugent Hopkins, though, finds Nurse. Here comes Nurse. He'll flip it, not deep into the Kings zone, but Hyman chases after it against, nice hit by Hyman on Gavrikov, and then Hyman takes a big hit. Laferriere back-checked. Nice job by Evander Kane. Puck comes Evan Bouchard. He'll skate it up the ice. Bouchard to Jake Wallman. Wallman dumps it in deep. Lots of dumping and chasing now. Here's McDavid. Can't hold on to the puck. Evander Kane swipes at it and misses. Here comes Foegele with speed. Drops it to Moore. Walks in. Lays it in front. Nice job by Bouchard to block that pass. Puck comes up the right half wall. Leon Draisaitl. He'll hold on to it. Slow the play down. Gives it to Wallman. Wallman with a high flip towards Kemper into the right corner. Mikey Anderson to Drew Doughty. Doughty pressured. He'll throw it up the boards. That's going to be stopped up by Foegele. Checked by Kulak. Kulak puts it back into the Kings zone. Once again, the Oilers' top line unable to get anything going here. Doughty dumps it in. Oh, took a strange bounce. Nice job by Adam Henrique. He got to the back door, prevented the Kings from having to tap in. Doughty up the middle. Adrian Kempe. The Kings attacking wave after wave. Kuzmenko down low. Wallman, he jumps and grabs it. Comes back to Kopitar. Back to Clark. Across to Edmondson. Over to Clark. Back to Edmondson. Towards the Oilers' goal. Deflects wide. And Connor Brown will pick it up for Edmonton. And he'll just backhand it out of play. Or not out of play, but like through the neutral zone away from danger. The Kings, though, bring it back to the Oilers' zone. It's Anze Kopitar. He's going to be hit by Kulak. Wallman supports. Klingberg supports. Here's John Klingberg with speed. He'll walk it up the ice. Backhand, right circle. Connor Brown chases after it. He's checked off the puck. Nice job by the Kings. They're going to bring it back up the ice on the left wing. Here comes Spence. Checked by the Oilers. Looked like Matthias Janmark. Here's Darnell Nurse. Nurse towards Kemper. Goes high off the glass behind the Kings net. Arvidsson can't pick it up. Podkolzin chases after it. Hard rim. Gives it to Arvidsson. Towards the goal. That deflects. Doesn't make it through. And here come the Kings now. Here's Malott. Walks in for the Kings. Spins it into the middle of the ice. Doesn't make the intended target. And here comes Janmark. Again, the Oilers dumping and chasing. Going for the change. The Oilers not getting much zone time or pressure. Puck comes to the neutral zone. Kings just going to put it in deep, and they're also going to get a change. Here's Bouchard. Hard around the boards. Evander Kane protects, plays it up the middle of the ice, and that's going to be shot back into the Oilers zone by LA. Lots of dump and chase for both teams. 13:45 to play here in the second. Here's Jake Wallman for Edmonton. He's going to skate it up slowly through the middle. Deflected in deep by the Oilers. That goes high and out of play as we're going to have a commercial break here. Who scored? Just catching up. For Edmonton, you have goals by Zach Hyman, Adam Henrique, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. For the LA Kings, they have goals from Quinton Byfield and Brant Clark. What did I miss, Stacy? What did I miss? Yeah, I got you, DV. I got you. Line 2 are all underappreciated 10-year vets. No one wants Kane or Nugent. Hyman is Kane, Nugent, Hyman is a cap bargain. I agree. And like Evander Kane has actually been very effective. He's been very effective. No politics here, Bradley. No politics. I only ever give one warning out. Of course, for those of you who are new to the channel, this is a strictly hockey-based channel. Everyone of all backgrounds, of all beliefs is welcome here. But we do not bring up anything to do with politics. Yes, Canada just had an election. I understand. But we'll just try and avoid the political talk. It's all about the Oilers. It's all about hockey. And we'll just chill with that. Kings will capitalize. If not, but win. That's true, Royce. The Oilers got to find a way to get an attacking rhythm going. Hey, no worries, guys. No worries. Hey, you don't have to apologize. I promise. No worries. Don't have to apologize. If it were to continue, the most I'll do is like time you out for like a minute. I don't ever ban anyone like permanently unless you're just being like really mean to everybody, but don't yap. I mean, you can yap about crypto all you want. I think crypto's outrageous, but what's up, Roma? Big fan of the Oilers. Hey, me too. Why do they have Will Ferrell in Oilers gear? What is this? Austin coin, could you imagine? No, hey, I'm not. I would never ban Kings fans. Kings fans are great. What are you talking about? Kings fans are amazing. They've been so great. They've been so great to me. They've been great on the channel. Absolutely love Kings fans. They've been fantastic. LA, they're going to dump that puck deep into the Oilers zone. Here's Wallman. He loses it to Moore, but he plays it to Kane over his stick. Doughty towards the Oilers goal. Oh, and that hit the post. Oh, man. The LA Kings almost tied it, but it hit the crossbar. Zach Hyman loses the puck. Nugent Hopkins will go after it. Puck bounces around strangely. Wallman can't make a play. Kings might have a bit of a break here. 3-on-2. Here comes Fogle into the middle. Nice job by the Oilers. They'll get that. Oh, and Evander Kane's being all hooked up. Nugent Hopkins will skate it through, though. Here's Zach Hyman. Hyman towards the net. That misses wide. Here's another shot, and that goes wide by Wallman and the Kings. Again, 2-on-1. Oilers are caught. Here's Danault. Walks in, shoots. That's stopped by Calvin Pickard. Great save by Pickard. Calvin Pickard making saves here after giving up 2 goals on the first 3 shots. Calvin Pickard is coming up massive for Edmonton. LA through the middle of the ice. Here's Byfield. Checked off the puck. Comes back to the center. Gavrikov to Edmondson. As the Kings once again dumps it into the Oilers zone. They're going to be called for offside with 12:28 to play. Yeah, exactly. Talkative. Exactly. Pix is cooking. Oh, yeah. He is absolutely cooking right now. Oh, I know, Simple. Oilers defensively right now are just not solid. They're getting caught up the ice too much. I understand Edmonton's trying to put pressure on, but they have to make sure that they have support back. The amount of rush chances that the Kings are getting, these 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s, it's too much right now. Absolutely too much. Face off at center, lost by Connor Brown. Kings win it. Can't get it deep, though. Off of Adam Henrique's skates, comes to Edmondson. He'll play to Mikey Anderson. Mikey Anderson to Laferriere, dumps it in deep. Calvin Pickard out of his net. Laferriere cuts off that clear attempt, but Trent Frederick will pick it up for the Oilers. He gives it to Darnell Nurse with speed. He'll play it in deep into the Kings zone. Connor Brown will chase after it. Puck hard around. Oilers keep it in for a moment, but here comes Byfield now to Laferriere. Behind the Oilers' defense, Ty Emberson's pressured. Oh, and that's a hard hit by Byfield on Emberson, but he's no worse for wear. Puck into the near corner for the Kings in the Oilers zone. Comes up to Adam Henrique. He'll skate it into a safe area and backhand it through to the neutral zone so Edmonton can hopefully get a change here. Here's Jordan Spence for the Kings. He'll wheel. He'll throw it up the right boards to Adrian Kempe. Kempe spins off of a check. He's hit. Not hard, though, by Draisaitl. Anze Kopitar. Spence with the shot, doesn't make it. Here's Kempe towards the blue line. Anderson towards the net, goes wide. The LA Kings with a good cycle game going. Kopitar, he's checked by Draisaitl. And Draisaitl's being all tied up by Kopitar. No penalty. They're letting him play. Here comes Kopitar across the ice to Kempe. Towards the Oilers' goal, and that goes high and wide. Puck deflects strangely. And here's Draisaitl, 2-on-2 for the Oilers. He finds McDavid with speed. McDavid walks in! Off the shoulder of Kemper, doesn't go in. And then he tries to center it, and Kuzmenko will steal it for the Kings. Here's Kuzmenko. Dumps it deep. Wallman cuts him off. Here's Corey Perry for the Oilers. Hard along the near boards. Draisaitl plays it to McDavid. McDavid dumps it into the Kings zone. Warren Fogle, and they're calling a high stick there. Puck played with a high stick. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Man, McDavid had so much speed, too. If he didn't lose his balance momentarily and then he tried to put it over the shoulder of Kemper. Nice try by McDavid. Almost flipped it in. But that was a good job by Doughty. He did keep McDavid kind of the outside, and man, McDavid almost had a great flip chance. Here's Janmark off the draw. He'll find Victor Arvidsson. Here's a shot by Nurse with a shot, and that goes wide. Maybe it hit Kemper. I don't know. Oh, and Arvidsson keeps the puck alive, and actually they're going to call a high stick or played with a glove. I'm not sure what that was. I don't know, Mr. Meme. I hope not. I'd like the Oilers to lock things down a little bit. It's been a little too back and forth for my liking. Offensive zone draw. Janmark loses it, but Podkolzin, he steals it and plays it down low. He comes back up with it from Klingberg. Here's Janmark behind the Kings net on his backhand to Nurse. Nurse, he hesitates. Arvidsson, Oilers getting the cycle going. Arvidsson to Klingberg with a shot, deflects in front, doesn't make it. Here's Arvidsson towards the goal, doesn't make it again. Oilers getting a good shift by their fourth line. Podkolzin, Arvidsson, and Janmark. Arvidsson keeps the play alive. Janmark with the puck now. He's checked off the puck. Nice job by Podkolzin. He puts pressure on Spence, but here comes Foegele now. High flip into the Oilers zone. Klingberg on his backhand finds Podkolzin. 9:40 to play. Podkolzin finds Klingberg. To Darnell Nurse. Nurse towards Kemper. He'll have to make an easy save. And the Kings through the neutral zone. Here comes Malott. He's forced wide by Brett Kulak. Evan Bouchard will take the puck from him. Here comes Bouchard with speed. Here's Nugent Hopkins to Zach Hyman. Stops up left circle. Zach Hyman tied up momentarily. Finds Evander Kane. Zach Hyman can't come up with it against Helenius. Big body by Helenius gets the puck out of trouble, and the Kings will bring it back into the Oilers zone. Here's Turcotte. Behind the Oilers net, on his backhand. He plays it to Mikey Anderson, across to Spence with the shot that deflects wide. Turcotte picks it up for the Kings. Here's a shot by Helenius. What a save by Pickard. That's Calvin Pickard. He's had to make some big saves in this period. Oilers struggling to get the puck out. Once again, can't get it. Here's a one-timer ripped wide by Fiala. Spence keeps the puck alive. The Kings cycling on Edmonton. They can't get it out. Now Nugent Hopkins will. He'll try and find Evander Kane. Tries to poke the puck forward. He loses it momentarily, but he will dump it into the Kings zone. Drew Doughty for LA. Up the right boards. Oh, and he'll find Byfield, who was behind the Oilers' defense momentarily. Here's Fiala now. He backhands it. Down low, Darnell Nurse up the left boards. And that's going to be played to Connor Brown. He'll play it to Henrique. Dumps it around. Trent Frederick in on the forecheck. Oh, man, Trent Frederick throws a big hit on Drew Doughty. Kings, though, no worse for wear. Byfield up the middle of the ice. He's checked off the puck. It's still loose in the middle. LA trying to come up with it. Darnell Nurse steps up on his backhand. Skates it out of trouble. Great job by Nurse. He skates it out of trouble. Does his job. It's icing on the Kings. And Fiala takes a shot at Nurse with 7:45 to play here. I mean, holy smokes, man. I think John Cooper's probably going to leave Tampa. I don't know if he's going to stay. And I'm not sure. I don't know what you do with Tampa Bay. I think they still have a good core. Good depth. Good for the Leafs. I'm happy for the Leafs, Russian Egg. Happy for the Leafs. Defensive zone draw for Edmonton as the Oilers ice the puck. Trent Frederick out for the Oilers. He'll take the faceoff against Anze Kopitar. Frederick, he falls, comes to Nurse. That's going to be sent down the ice, and Leon Draisaitl is going to beat the icing. Draisaitl, he comes up with it, comes to Connor Brown. Brown, he's hit off the puck. Draisaitl holds it with his foot into the near corner in the Kings zone. Edmonton with a bit of offensive time here. Connor Brown comes in to support. He's being held by Kopitar. A flip does get out of the Kings zone. Puck comes to Bouchard. Bouchard up the right boards, deflected in deep by Draisaitl. Connor McDavid can't come up with it. Here's Drew Doughty for the Kings. Through the middle, that's icing on LA. Oilers can get their top guns out here. Get the line mismatch with 7:06 to play. That's crazy. Yeah, the Leafs have had the Ottawa Senators number when it comes to playoff history, right? So there's going to be an offensive zone faceoff for the Oilers. Off the icing by Drew Doughty. Oilers likely have their top line out. No, they don't. They have Nugent Hopkins with Zach Hyman and Evander Kane with Bouchard and Wallman. Nugent Hopkins takes the offensive zone draw. 7:06 to play. Nuge loses it. LA, high flip to center. Jake Wallman, he'll pick that up across to Bouchard. Bouchard, tipped in by Hyman. Kemper, out of his crease, plays it through the middle of the ice. And nice job by LA. They'll dump it in deep. It's Kempe. Calvin Pickard leaves it for Wallman. Wallman to Nurse. Nurse around the left boards. And it comes to Evander Kane. 3-on-2 for the Oilers. Here's Evander Kane into the middle. Tries to get a shot off. LA does a good job getting their sticks in lanes. And LA, again, they send it down the ice. And that's going to be another icing on the Kings. Bouchard, in my opinion. But Wallman has a very underrated shot. I'd like to see Wallman use his shot a little bit more. All right, now the Oilers have their top line out. McDavid and Draisaitl have been pretty quiet in this game, other than that power play where McDavid assisted on Nugent Hopkins' goal. If the Oilers are going to win this game and close things out, they need this top line to get some ozone time, get some chances. McDavid wins it. Oh, he won it too cleanly. And Bouchard is chased back. LA is going to get a change here. Bouchard up the right boards, off of McDavid's stick. Corey Perry, he'll chase after it against Gavrikov. McDavid centers to Draisaitl, shoots. Oh, and he hit the goalpost. Here's Bouchard with a shot. Oh, and that doesn't make it to the net. Corey Perry on his backhand around the boards comes to Draisaitl. Here's Bouchard to Draisaitl. Draisaitl with the puck on his backhand to Kulak towards the net. That's stopped by Darcy Kemper. Top line with chances. Here's the play in front. Oh, and oh my goodness. I don't know who missed that. Kulak. Draisaitl down low to Bouchard. Bodies all over the place. Leon Draisaitl spins it around to McDavid. He's being held up. Connor McDavid to Draisaitl. Here's Leon. Drops for McDavid. Cuts to the middle. He loses it. And the Kings, Philip Deneau, he'll come up with it momentarily. McDavid steals it. Here's McDavid on his backhand, sends it down the ice. That top line for Edmonton had a couple great looks. Here come the Kings. Off the boards, deep into the Oilers zone, not icing. Here's Klingberg for Edmonton. Klingberg checked off the puck. Podkolzin can't get it up the ice. Here's a play by Laferriere. Drew Doughty towards the goal, deflects wide, and Victor Arvidsson will come up with it. Here comes Arvidsson with speed. He's being checked. Drops it for Janmark to Podkolzin to Darnell Nurse with time. Scores! Darnell Nurse gives the Oilers a 2-goal lead. What a goal from Darnell Nurse. He came in on the forecheck. He sneaks into the middle of the ice, and the Kings just let him walk in. Set up by Matthias Janmark. Let's go for Darnell Nurse. Here's Janmark. He gives it to Podkolzin, and then Darnell Nurse. He shoots it right through Darcy Kemper. The Oilers with a 4-2 lead. Oh, what a play by Janmark. Did you see that play through his legs? That reminds me of Team Canada 2002 Olympics. Mario Lemieux let the puck go through his legs as Team Canada scored on Team USA in the gold medal game. That is an unbelievable play by Matthias Janmark to let that go through his legs. Wow! What a play by Janmark. That is unbelievable. LA now desperate. They're down by 2. Puck gets by their defense. Evander Kane chases after it. Darcy Kemper out of his crease. LA can't get it out. Here's Nugent Hopkins. He's checked off the puck. Turcotte along the half wall comes to Wallman. Across to Bouchard. Towards the Kings' net. Doesn't make it. Bouchard spins off a check. Here's Wallman. Walks in. Shoots. Oh, that goes off a stick and wide. Here's Nugent Hopkins to Bouchard. Towards the goal. Again blocked by the Kings. LA 4-on-2. They have numbers. Here come the Kings. Shot by Helenius. Stopped by Calvin Pickard. Evan Bouchard. He'll flip it through the neutral zone. Wow, what a game this is, man. Here's a puck off of the board, strangely. Don't know what happened there. Here come the Kings towards the right circle. Here's Kempe for the Kings. He'll play it back to the point. Anderson can't come up with it. The Kings with the puck. Kopitar keeps the cycle alive. Doughty to Kempe towards the Oilers' goal. Doesn't make it. Anze Kopitar on his backhand. Anderson to Doughty. Doughty, he'll play it to Kempe. Centered in front. Where is it? It goes wide of the net. Here's Brett Kulak. High off the glass to Connor Brown. Brown and Janmark. 2-on-1. Brown with Henrique. Brown centers. They score! Trent Frederick makes it 5-2. Edmonton! Trent Frederick from Connor Brown. The depth scoring is alive for the Oilers as they now have a 3-goal lead. Trent Frederick with his first goal as an Oiler. Holy, what a great play by Connor Brown. He skates this up the ice. He brings it down low. He's being hooked. Centers it to Trent Frederick, and on his forehand, chips it by the glove of Darcy Kuemper as the Oilers take a 3-goal lead. And Connor Brown with his second assist of the game. Connor Brown has been an absolute playoff monster for Edmonton. What a second period for the Oilers' depth. 3:25 to play here. The Oilers have a 3-goal lead. There's a bit of debris on the ice. Not sure what the ref was holding. The crowd chanting Kemper's name. They're all over him. Pour it on, baby. Pour it on. Draisaitl wins the draw. They get the top line out. I'd like to see that top line get going here. Here's McDavid. He'll dump it in deep. Oilers chip and chase. Corey Perry against Edmonton. The Kings get the puck out momentarily. Checked by Draisaitl. Here's Philip Deneau. Tries to find more to Warren Fogle. He'll play it across the ice. Nice job by Corey Perry. He picks that up. Sends it back to neutral. Here's Clark to Edmondson. Hard rim around. Wallman can't come up with it. Comes to the right boards. Here's Connor McDavid. Oh, McDavid takes a big hit by Byfield, but he gets the puck deep. The Oilers are going to get a change. Here's Clark for the Kings. He has scored for LA. He finds Byfield. Byfield around the boards, trying to get the cycle going. Here's Mikey Anderson into the middle, but that's going to be picked off by Victor Arvidsson with speed. Arvidsson dumps it in deep. Matthias Janmark will chase after it. Leaves it momentarily. Byfield has to jump for it. Kings can't get it out. Here's Janmark. He's being tied up. Keeps it in. Janmark battling for it. Comes back to the neutral zone to Darnell Nurse. Spins away from a check. Hits the red line across. Well, he tried to hit Bud Colson, but Edmonton went for a change. Here come the Kings. 3-on-2. Here's Hellenius. Into the middle. Here's a shot. And what a goal by Jordan Spence. Nothing Pickard could do on that one. It's 5-3. It's a 2-goal game. The Oilers have to find a way to keep pushing here. They can't sit back. That's 3 goals against. The Oilers have a 2-goal lead. This game is far from over right now. Far from over. So Podkolzin went for the bench, but the Oilers still had numbers. Oh, Arvidsson made a bad read. Puck into the middle of the ice. Kulak. Yeah, I mean, Spence, he finds space into the high slot. And Spence one-times it past the glove of Pickard. 5-3 here with 1:53 to play in the second period. The Kings are not out of this hockey game. Puck comes to the half wall in the Oilers zone as LA gets back in on the forecheck. Here's Nugent Hopkins for Edmonton. He's being all hooked up. Here's Zach Hyman against Anderson. Puck to Drew Doughty. Here comes Anjay Kopitar. Kopitar through the middle. He's hauled down. No penalty. He still has it, though. Puck around the boards. Nobody from Edmonton able to grab it. Oh, puck came out. That's offside on the Kings. And with 1:18 to play, we are going to have a commercial break. Man, what a hockey game we're having here, huh? Holy smokes. This is wild. Jeez. And look at the goals that the Kings are getting. Jordan Spence, who has averaged about 3 minutes per game in this series. Brant Clark, who's averaged about 5 minutes per game this series. The LA Kings, they're forced to play more than just 4 defensemen, and they're being rewarded with some goals here. This is why Kings fans were so mad earlier in the series that Jim Hiller did not trust his younger, more inexperienced players. Kings fans have wanted them to play these guys all series long, and now they're coming up in big moments for LA. How we feeling, Oilers fans? How we doing? How's the heart rate? Quite the quite the second period here. A whole lot of nothing happened. A whole lot of nothing happened, and then all of a sudden, we had a huge flurry of goals. I agree. If the Oilers can get out of the second period up by 2, they cannot give up a late one here. You absolutely cannot give up a late one. But Edmonton, their defensive structure right now is not great. All right, out-of-town scoreboard. The Dallas Stars have a 4-3 lead on the Colorado Avalanche right now. There's 16:53 to play in the third period for those of you wondering about the out-of-town scoreboard. Just wanted to give a quick update. Dallas up by 1, 16 minutes to play. Absolutely a live bang. Frederick and Nurse, love to see it. All right, so you had Darnell Nurse score, and then you had Trent Frederick score not long after Nurse, and then Jordan Spence for the Kings. He gets it back. It's a 2-goal lead for Edmonton, 5-2, with just over a minute left here in the second period. This game is so far from over. Edmonton's got to find a way to lock things down, but they also can't sit back. This LA Kings team is too good on the forecheck if they sit back. LA, they'll bring it in the Oilers zone, checked momentarily, comes to Draisaitl. He'll find Zach Hyman. Hyman walks in with a shot, deflects wide. Oh, and that puck bounced in front on Kemper. 1 minute to play in the period. Here's Jake Wallman for the Oilers. Up the right boards. Zach Hyman hit momentarily, trying to get it in deep. And the Kings are going to reset. Here's Gavrikov across to Edmondson. That's going to be taken by Philip Deneau. He'll be given to Warren Fogle. Walks in with a shot, doesn't make it. Connor McDavid defensively finds Leon Draisaitl off of his stick, but Drew Doughty will pick it up. Here's Doughty for the Kings, being pressured by Leon Draisaitl. Doughty on his backhand to Mikey Anderson. Puck bouncing around, comes to Bouchard, and here's Draisaitl. Dumps it in deep into the Kings zone. Oilers have to hang on here. Here's Adam Henrique. Down low, Connor Brown against Andrei Kopitar. Here's Connor Brown, comes up with it to Trent Frederick with a shot. Oh, and that goes just wide. Here's Brett Kulak. He'll just shove it down low, and the Oilers are going to take a 2-goal lead heading to the third period. The Oilers are 20 minutes away from advancing to the second round and defeating the LA Kings for the 4th straight season in the playoffs. This game has been no defense, all offense, no goaltending. If you're a head coach, you're ripping your hairs out right now. Holy smoke. This game has been absolutely insane. I think the more Frederick plays, the more comfortable he's been getting, which is a good sign, obviously, for us Oilers fans. No, it's all good, Ranamazi. What's up, Archangel? Good to see you again. Man, that final 5 minutes of the second period, we're going to go over the Edge Visualizer. We're going to take a look at Nurse's goal, Frederick's goal, and then Spence's goal. Only one penalty has been taken by each team. The refs are just letting them play. If you're enjoying the live stream, obviously, make sure to hit that like button. If we hit 200 likes, that would be absolutely insane. Your support means the absolute world. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, no matter what happens in this game, I'm producing content throughout the entire playoffs. So before we continue, though, I'm going to gift 5 more memberships to the community right now. Did both teams throw some random forwards in net tonight? I'm mistaken Mexican. I don't know what's going on. It's been crazy. It has been crazy. Here's 5 gifted memberships, folks. What's up, Bubsy? All right, who got the 5? We got Justice. We got Mr. Caden. We got Mistake. Hey, there you go. Enjoy the gifted membership there. Antonio and Ranamazi, enjoy the gifted memberships as I give back to the community for always supporting me. Thank you all so much, of course. Not bots. Absolutely not. Yeah, what a game, Bubsy. What a game, huh? This has been wild. Absolutely wild. All right, let's take a look at the Edge Visualizer. Let's take a look at the two Oilers goals. And then, of course, we will take a look at Jordan Spence's goal. Bit of a miscue by Nurse. Once again, I feel like Nurse has been on the ice for every goal against. But Arvidsson, this is the Darnell Nurse goal. So Arvidsson, he brings it in. And I cannot stress enough how amazing of a read Matthias Janmark had here. So Arvidsson brings it in. Janmark gives it to Podkolzin. Great rush here. Now, this is such an easy play. Podkolzin, he's looking potentially for Janmark. Janmark lets that puck goes through his legs. It reminds me of Team Canada in the 2002 Olympics when Mario Lemieux let that puck go through his legs. And I want to say it was Joe Sakic that scored for Edmonton. Not for Edmonton, for Team Canada. I can't remember who it was, but I distinctly remember Mario Lemieux letting the puck go through his legs. It would have been near the back door over here. If any of you watched the 2002 Olympics, someone has to correct me. Let me know who the goal scorer was, but Lemieux let the puck through his legs. Janmark lets this puck through his legs. Darnell Nurse grabs it, and look at the space, man. Look at the time and space. Doughty, he's watching Arvidsson. You have Mikey Anderson taking Janmark out of the play, and Nurse has all the time in the world to shoot this puck. He puts it right through Darcy Kuemper. That gave the Oilers a 4-2 lead. Now, we'll scroll down to Trent Frederick's goal. Again, another rush chance for the Oilers. You have four Kings in deep here. You have Kuzmenko, Mikey Anderson for some reason acting like a forward, Anze Kopitar, Adrian Kempe. Connor Brown brings it up the ice. Potential 2-on-1 with Adam Henrique. Connor Brown does a great play here. He waits for pressure. You have Doughty and Anderson all over him, and then he centers it in front. You have Henrique and, of course, Trent Frederick crashing the net. It goes off of the stick of Trent Frederick. His first goal as an Edmonton Oiler, his first goal of the postseason, assisted by Brown and Kulak. And now we'll take a look at Jordan Spence's goal here as the LA Kings. So Darnell Nurse, we didn't see it on the Edge Visualizer, but Nurse, he played the puck across to Podkolzin. Podkolzin went for a change. Evander Kane jumps onto the ice. The Kings, they read that there's a bit of a miscue here. Arvidsson, if he steals this puck in the neutral zone, Edmonton is vibing, but he has a bit of a misread. 3-on-2 for the Kings, and a bit of a mismatch here. Kulak, he comes in to support down low with Nurse. You have number 14 wide open. You have Jordan Spence also open in the slot. Janmark can't get back in time, and a one-timer by Spence puts it by Calvin Pickard. You have a 5-3 hockey game heading to the third period. Here are the game stats for you if you want to check that out. It was Paul Kariya or Joe Sakic. I don't remember. Paul Kariya. Okay, yeah, it was Kariya, right? Has to be Kariya. Oh, Colorado's tied it. Yo, what's up, KKW? How you doing? No packs today, Coolistic, unfortunately. No packs today. That's so funny. I love that. That is so funny. And we had Zach became a VIP access member. Thank you so much, Zach. Appreciate it, Zach. Love that. So we have, we have 310 concurrent viewers. Over 3,600 people have tuned in at some point. Thank you all so much. Smash the like button if you're enjoying, of course. The hits in this game, pretty even. Block shots, the Oilers lead in that category. Giveaways, pretty even. Only one takeaway. What the hell is this? Let's take a look at the box score. I want to know what the shift length looks like. So the highest forward time is Fiala with 13:10 on LA. Lowest is 5:32. So Jim Hiller in an elimination game decides I'm going to play more than 8 forwards. I don't know what's going on. Oh, really, Zach? I appreciate that. I'll never ask for financial support, but of course it is always greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Drew Doughty for the Kings on defense. He leads the way. Jordan Spence has only played 651. Clark has played 909. Again, it is mostly a top-heavy, top 4D situation for the Kings. If we look at the Oilers, look at who's contributing here. Look at who's contributing. Zach Hyman, Trent Frederick, 2 points. Connor Brown, 2 points. Matthias Janmark has an assist. Adam Henrique has a goal. Podkolzin an assist, right? If you take a look, the top guns, Leon Draisaitl does not have a point in this game. And if you take a look at how Edmonton's utilized their defense, Klingberg's played 11:50, but Emberson's only played 6:30. I'd like to see a little bit more time on ice for Klingberg and Emberson. You have Nurse, who's a -1, Bouchard. They lead the way. These two just seem to, I don't know. At least Nurse has a couple points, right? That makes up for it. Oh, I hope so, Antonio. I hope so. If we take a look at the money puck, I'm very curious to see what these chances look like, what the deserve to win meter looks like, and it looks like Edmonton once again dominating when it comes to the deserve to win meter. Patrick was gifted a membership from thank you for the gifted membership. And Patrick, enjoy the gifted membership. Let's send a lot of love and support to Mistaken Mexican. Huge W's in the chat. Thank you so much. 2.57 to 1.33 are the expected goals. Again, this game went from no event hockey in the second to all of a sudden, the final 6 minutes of that second period was just wild. And no worries, no worries. If we take a look at expected goals percentage in all situations, at 5-on-5, Frederick, Brown, Henrique, they lead the way, play this line more. A few Oilers around 40%. If we take a look at forward lines, this line has been the best. Draisaitl, McDavid, Perry, they've been good, just not getting the bounces. And Darcy Kemper, negative 2.43 goals save above expected. Hopefully the link for the Discord in the description of the live stream works. If it doesn't, Gold can absolutely provide a link to that. I'm so swaggy. Thank you. Pickard, negative 1.67 goals save above expected. This game is just, I don't know, man. This game is wild. Absolutely wild. I don't even know what to say. Feels like the finals. Yeah, it's been a crazy game. I don't know how I feel about it. Obviously, I'm happy that the Oilers have the lead, but they have to buckle down. They have to buckle down. No ifs, ands, or buts. Buckle down. All right, folks, going to take a quick 5-minute break here. Y'all get chair, hit the like button. We want to hit 200 likes on the live stream tonight. That is our goal, all right? Pace cannot continue. Yeah, I don't know. Oilers 8-2. I mean, the LA has 3 goals already, so. All right, y'all get chair. I know how much you all love chair. Enjoy chair. I will be back soon. Also, the Leafs have to give Matthew Nyes a massive contract. What do you think? 8 times 8 for Matthew Nyes, Leafs fans? What do we think? But the Oilers 20 minutes away from locking this thing down. This is a long third period. This 20 minutes is going to go by slow. Edmonton has to play much better defensively. But enjoy chair. I'll be back in 5 minutes. All right. All right. How'd a chat do? I missed a super chat. What's going on? 5 gift memberships from Mistaken Mexican. Look at that. Thank you. Jep with the super chat. We got Frags with 279 super chat. Oilers know how to make our heart rate skyrocket. Yeah, no kidding. Frags also sent us $6.99 a couple days ago, so thank you. I don't know if I got to that one a couple days ago. I just want to make sure that I'm caught up. With Cherry Air. Oh yeah, Brandon Saad. Oh boy, Brandon Saad. You had your chance to join the Oilers, man. You chose not to. That's so funny. Yeah, exactly. It does feel like pond hockey, doesn't it? Yeah, he's in Vegas. Yeah, you do, Isaac. Yeah, you must have had one gifted to you. So the Oilers with a 5-3 lead as we are getting set for the third period. If you have not hit that like button on the live stream, smash that like button. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel and you want to see tons of hockey content, whether it's Oilers related or not, make sure to subscribe. We hit 5,400 subscribers today, which is absolutely insane. We are obviously climbing towards 6,000. So thank you all for your continued support. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable support from the fans. You're all amazing. Of course, all the international viewers, everyone tuning in from around the world, I appreciate it. A lot of you are either up early or up late or from all over the globe, and I just want to say thank you all so much as we get set for the third. For Ben, let's go. Do I get a silver play button for 10K or 100? It's 100K. 100K, I get a silver play button, which I don't think I'll hit ever, but who knows? Yo, what's up, Reed? How you doing? DJ from Toronto, welcome in. What do we think? One more Molson Canadian for good luck, folks? One more Molson for good luck? All right. Third period has started. 19:52 to play. Oilers go with their top line to start the third. Here's Edmonton. LA's going to play desperate hockey. The Oilers are 20 minutes away. 2-goal lead. Can they hang on? Or will LA push and force a game 7? Edmonton's going to cycle it down low. Evan Bouchard along the right boards finds McDavid. McDavid plays it up, but it gets by him. Fiala, he'll give that to Brant Clark. Here's Fiala with speed. He'll skate into the Oilers zone. Spins away from a check. Comes into the middle of the ice. Philip Deneau now. He spins it back. Philip Deneau. Checked by Nugent Hopkins. Walks towards Pickard. That's saved by Calvin Pickard. Good stop. Here's Deneau. Into the middle. Blocked by Brett Kulak. And Darnell Nurse has time and space. He'll play it up the left boards. Nugent Hopkins gets it out to Evander Kane. Here comes Evander Kane. Oh, Zach Hyman looked pretty close to being offside. Kane chases after the puck. Drew Doughty along the right boards. Comes to Darnell Nurse at center. And he'll just send that back into the Kings zone as the Oilers try and slow the pace down. The Kings, with 18:40 to play, down by 2. Here's Kuzmenko in deep. Pickard leaves it for Wallman. Along the right boards comes to Connor Brown with 2 points in this game. Brown sends it deep. Adam Henry can't come up with it against Kuzmenko. Puck kept in by Wallman. And a nice hit thrown by Trent Frederick as John Klingberg will come up with it for Edmonton. LA plays it in the Oilers zone, initially offside, but they've tagged up. Klingberg waits for reinforcements. Skates in front of his net. Waits for his team to get a change in. Here's John Klingberg for the Oilers. Skates it up the middle. He waits way too long to dump it in deep. Oilers were way offside, and LA with possession. Edmondson up the middle. Gavrikov cut off by the Oilers. Dumped in, not deep by Podkolzin, cut off by Deneau. Here's Helenius. He'll play it down low. Malott against Kulak. Helenius also battles for the puck against Bouchard. Janmark supporting for Edmonton. as they try and clear this puck and get it out of a dangerous area here as the Kings try and get their cycle going. Kept in by Brandt Clark. Hellenius keeps the puck alive in the Oilers zone. Nice job by Bouchard. Great play by Bouchard. He chips it to himself, and he hangs on with full possession, spins back, and waits for the Oilers to make a change. What a great patient play by Bouchard. Oilers with their top line out. Bouchard to Draisaitl. Top line for Edmonton having a quiet game so far, and McDavid keeps the play alive. Kings can't get it out. Comes to Draisaitl on his backhand behind the Kings' net. He'll give it to Corey Perry. Perry back down low to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl spins off a check to McDavid. McDavid walks into the middle. Backhand! Oh, and he hit the post. Puck comes to Klingberg at the point. Down low to Connor McDavid. McDavid, right corner. Oh, and McDavid's hit hard into the boards. No call. Could have been boarding. Oh, and Corey Perry comes in, tries to throw an elbow. It looked like on the Ferrier. Perry loses possession of the puck. Darnell Nurse, though. Or Leon Draisaitl, plays it in deep. John Klingberg trying to keep the play alive. Oilers top line, keeping the play in the Kings zone. Great shift for the top line for Edmonton. Drew Doughty now. He'll find Fiala. Kings just looking to get it up the ice and get a change. Here comes Moore. Moore spins away from a check. Oilers get their change. Nugent Hopkins, pressure against Moore. Moore around the boards. Comes to Spence. To Moore. Deflects it in front. Vogel can't come up with it. Puck off of a skate. Evander Kane for Edmonton. Plays it forward to Zach Hyman. Hyman checked off the puck. Into the neutral zone to Warren Fogle. Kings with a rush. Here's Spence. Into the middle. Moore with a shot, and that's stopped by Calvin Pickard. Play across. Here's Jordan Spence with a shot. Deflects wide as it's blocked by Nugent Hopkins. Evander Kane. He's off the ice. Puck or stick broke. Nugent Hopkins on his backhand. Edmonton trying to get the clear. Trent Frederick trying to come up with it. He spins away from trouble. 15-20 to play here in the third period. Trent Frederick will pick up that puck. He'll skate it up the right side. Backhands it into the right corner of LA zone. Brandt Clark. Up the middle. 3-on-2 for the Kings. Here's Kempe. He'll send it down low. Cut off by Darnell Nurse. Oh my goodness. The puck comes in front. Nice job by Kulak. Skated in front of Pickard. And here comes Connor Brown. Gets by the Kings defense. Brown stops up. Across the ice. Finds Kulak. Right circle. Towards the net. Doesn't make it. Adam Henrique comes up with it. Oilers. This line for Edmonton has done a great job getting some chances in zone time. Kings. Down the ice, they'll tip it in the Oilers zone. Kulak will pick it up. Crowd chanting Kemper. Brett Kulak slows the play down. Deflected in deep. Kemper out of his net. Around the boards, picked off by Arvidsson. Leaves it for Bouchard. Doesn't make it to the goal. Matthias Janmark cycles it around. Arvidsson trying to make a play. Loses it. And now the Kings. Malott can't get it to Turcotte. And the Oilers, once again, send it all the way down the ice. Oilers doing a good job just killing the clock a little bit here. Here's Drew Doughty. He'll play it up the right boards. Off of his stick, in deep. Klingberg chased by Byfield. Byfield momentarily steals it around the boards. Comes to Gavrikov. Into the middle. Here's Fiala. And here's LaFerriere with a shot. Doesn't make it. Calvin Pickard's all spun around. Zach Hyman on his backhand. He's being checked by Byfield. Puck comes to Pickard. And he's going to hang on to that. And a bit of a poke there in front of the net, and Pickard didn't like that. Oh, boy. So we're going to have a commercial break here. Good job by Pickard to just slow the play down, hang on to that puck. Not a worry in the world from Picks. I agree, Justice. This has actually been a pretty clean game. Can't complain about the officiating in general. Each team has had one power play, and for the most part, yeah, they're just letting them go. They are just letting them play. Hellebuck for Skinner would be a fair trade. Yeah, but do you want playoff Hellebuck on Edmonton? Is playoff Hellebuck just as bad as playoff Skinner? That's true, Stacy. That's true. We'll see, Mr. NHL. Listen to my request for the timer. Hey, you're very welcome. I had a few people ask me. It took me a little while to get it set up, but I got it set up for everyone, so I'm glad that you're enjoying that. The shots in the third period right now are 3-1 in favor of the Kings, by the way. Oilers have not done a whole lot in the third period in terms of generating offense, but they're just shutting they're trying to shut the Kings down. Nah, they wouldn't make that trade, Jesse. Connor Hellebuck is going to win another Vezina. He is far too good. How'd you do the timer? I thought Sportsnet had that encoding thing. I hooked up my Elgato to my Xbox. I'm streaming the game through the Xbox. I'm capturing the Elgato in OBS. And then I set it up where I'm only capturing the score clock from the Elgato, if that makes sense. And then I just, yeah. Tough to explain, but that's what I'm doing. That's how I got the score clock up. What is your fave jersey you own, and what is your dream jersey? Fave jersey that I own, probably my Sam Gagner jersey. I got that in 2007 in his rookie year. Absolutely adore that jersey to death. My dream jersey is a Ryan Smith McFarlane jersey. That is the dream jersey for me. What's up, Robert? All right, offensive zone faceoff. Byfield loses it to Draisaitl. Here's Jake Wallman. He'll flip it down the ice towards Kemper. Not icing. Oh, it's in front. Here's McDavid. Backhand. Oh, he can't put it in. Oh, it's still loose. Oh, man. That puck was loose. McDavid had an opportunity. Ref didn't see the puck. Connor McDavid almost put this game likely away, but Kemper made the save. Oh, my goodness. Jeff Skinner is not in the lineup, Elizabeth, sadly. That puck took a weird bounce. McDavid went to his backhand, and he waited too long to get the shot off, unfortunately. I think McDavid, right? Oh, man, he had a lot of time to get a shot off. Nice job by Spence, though. Kept McDavid to the outside. Kemper, he gets his leg against the post, does not let that puck in. I don't have a Gretzky jersey, no. Gretzky was before my time. Puck sent down the ice by the Kings. That's going to be icing on LA. Oilers with another offensive zone draw. That's right, Bubsy. That's right. It is illegal, Reen. Yeah, I would get copyright struck if I did. All right, offensive zone draw. Oilers with the top line out again. Draisaitl, McDavid, Perry. Draisaitl will take the faceoff if he doesn't get kicked out. And you have Wallman with Bouchard. Draisaitl wins it. Corey Perry can't come up with it. Puck goes into the near half wall. It's going to be picked up by Mikey Anderson up the middle. Oh, man. And Moore almost got away from Wallman. Moore trying to hold on to it. In the Oilers zone, tries to center, stolen by McDavid, given to Draisaitl, back to McDavid. McDavid spins off a check. Draisaitl just sends it into the Kings zone as Edmonton gets a change. Mikey Anderson dumps the puck in deep into the Oilers zone. Nugent Hopkins puts some pressure on Kuzmenko, spins away from Nuge though. Puck comes to Hyman. Oh, and Hyman tried to get that puck up. He doesn't get it out though. LA keeps it in. Nice job by Nuge to get a stick on the centering attempt. Nugent Hopkins has a chance to get this puck out. Here's Zach Hyman now. Hyman along the boards. Plays it back to Kulak. Kulak to Hyman. Draisaitl finally goes for a change. Oh, man, and Hyman's hit hard by Kempe. Oilers doing a good job keeping the puck to the outside, not really allowing the Kings any good looks right now. LA, they're going to dump and chase. Darnell Nurse, he misfires on the puck. Kings bring it in. Here's a shot towards the Oilers' goal, and the Oilers have taken a penalty. The refs have decided, you know what? We're going to call something now. Oh, and Evander Kane, he's going after Brant Clark. It was a high stick on Edmonton. Let's see what happened. Is this going to be 2 or 4? Zach Hyman with the penalty. 12-11 to play. Oilers need a massive kill here. Kings on the power play. They're down by 2. They're going to have to find a way to kill this thing off. And Hyman, I mean, it is a high stick. It catches, yeah, that's a penalty. Zach Hyman's got to do better with his stick. Need better control. All right, let's see what happens here. Power play for the Kings. They'll have the zone face-off in Edmonton's end. 12-11 to play in the third period. LA is 0 for 1 on the power play. Anze Kopitar is going to take the face-off. Adam Henrique loses it. Comes to Adrian Kempe. Kempe to Kopitar. Left circle. Down low. Centers it. Here's Kempe. Across. Here's a one-timer. That goes off of the post. And then Adam Henrique tries to send it out, and he clears the zone. I don't know if Fiala hit the post or if Calvin Pickard made the save on the one-timer, but the Kings reset. Kopitar up the left side. Fiala dumps it in deep. Wallman's going to get beat to the puck by Kempe. Fiala across the ice, and that gets past Kuzmenko all the way back into the Kings zone. Here's Anze Kopitar. 1:25 to play on the power play for LA. Here comes Quinton Byfield for the Kings. Byfield, he'll chip and chase. Darnell Nurse, he's going to be hit by Byfield, who comes up with it. He shovels it forward. Janmark, though, for the Oilers. He'll skate it up. Janmark and Brown, potential 2-on-1. Here's Janmark. He's going to be cut off. Nice job by Fiala. No 2-on-1. Fiala did a good job cutting that off. Nice job by Janmark, though. Good kill by him and Brown. Here's Fiala for the Kings. He protects the puck, gives it to Kempe. Back to Fiala. Across. Here's a shot towards the net. And I don't know if that went through the crease or not, but the puck comes out of the Oilers zone. Another clear. 44 seconds left on the power play for LA. Here's Philip Deneau. Second unit out for the Kings. To Warren Fogle with speed. Gets by Bouchard. Left side. Fogle plays it back to the point. Here comes to Doughty with a one-timer. Deflects in front. Stopped by Pickard. What a save by Calvin Pickard. He got it with his left arm. And Nugent Hopkins sends that puck down the ice. Unbelievable save by Calvin Pickard. 15 seconds left on the power play for the Kings. They're going to drop it back. Here's Laferriere to Warren Fogle. He's going to get that to Laferriere. He's tied up by Ty Emberson. Philip Deneau. Oh, in front. Oh, no. Puck in loose behind the Oilers' net. Kings can't center it. Comes to the blue line. Doughty. To Deneau, to Doughty, towards the Oilers' goal. That goes high and wide. And here's Zach Hyman out of the box, shot out of a cannon, trying to get the puck forward. He deflects it into the Kings zone. Oh, good kill for the Oilers. Good kill. 2 for 2 on the kill. 9:50 to play in the third period. Doughty up the left boards, deflected in by Malott. Wallman gets it up the ice. Here comes Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl on his backhand. In front of Hyman. Oh, what a save by Darcy Kemper. Oh, mark that save. Mark that save if the Kings find a way to come back here. What a save on Zach Hyman. He was in alone. Great pass by Leon Draisaitl. Found him. And Kemper makes the save on the Hyman backhander. Wow. What a shot by Doughty on the power play. What did this hit in front? Deflected. 2 deflections in front. And it hits Pickard in the arm. And then Draisaitl enters the Kings zone. Gives it to Zach Hyman. He goes to the backhand. And Darcy Kemper makes himself big. Covers that up. Oh, boy. I agree, Stacy. Got to get that top line out. Man, what a hockey game, huh? What a hockey game this has turned out to be. And we did hit 200 likes on the live stream. Maybe we can hit 250? Maybe, possibly. I don't know. We'll have to find out. I have a question because I don't understand how it works. So I see a lot of YouTubers such as Ek who like to talk about the game and show clips. I don't know why you are unable to do it and will get copyright. So, like, I can show clips, but it just means I can't monetize my videos. So a lot of these creators, they'll show clips, but they are likely getting copyright struck, and all the ad rev, all the revenue from people clicking on videos, it is likely all going to the NHL. And earlier this season, there was a big thing where the NHL accidentally got a lot of channels, like, not shut down, but like all their videos were copyright struck and no longer visible because of the footage that they use. So I could technically show clips, like if I wanted to analyze a play like the next day, I could absolutely show clips. I just choose not to. I take the careful route. I know someone, my cousin, he used to do hockey content on YouTube, and he got copyright struck pretty badly for showing highlights, and I just don't take the chance. Can I marry Draisaitl before Erica? Hey, yo, I'm marrying Draisaitl. I've had dibs on Dry since 2014, okay? Yeah, no worries, Coolistic, no worries. When do the Oilers play next? No idea, Kirsten. If they lose this game, they're going to play on Saturday. If they win, I'm not sure when round 2 starts. Viewers praising Stuart Skinner. I love the AI. They're so dumb. All right, back for the third period. Oilers with the top line out. The Kings get it into the Oilers zone. Evan Bouchard. Up the right boards, it's going to come to Corey Perry. He'll dump it in deep into the Kings zone. McDavid can't come up with it. Oh, and then Spence skates over it. McDavid fights for it. Here's Perry now. He'll play it behind the Kings' net. Corey Perry will chase after it against Joel Edmondson. Edmondson spins away from McDavid, though, and he'll come up with it. Oilers are going to make a change. 9 minutes to play in the third period. It is crunch time for the Oilers. Here comes Kevin Fiala. He'll dump it towards Pickard. Nice save by Picks. Puck comes to the half wall. Nice job by Evander Kane. And a 2-on-1 for Edmonton. Here's Hyman with Evander Kane in front. Hyman on his backhand. Oh, and he puts it wide. Drew Doughty. He'll give that puck to Fiala. Here's Jordan Spence now. Nice job by Nugent Hopkins. Pokes it forward. And Anze Kopitar regroups. Spence dumps it in the Oilers zone. Pickard out of his net. Slows it down for Klingberg. Klingberg loses it, but he makes the play. Oh, and Zach Hyman knocks Doughty down. Could have been a trip. And here come the Oilers, 2-on-1. Here's Evander Kane with Nugent Hopkins. Evander Kane walks in, shoots, stopped by Pickard. Or what a play by Kemper. Another opportunity. Kemper with another save. I called Kemper Pickard for some reason. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm such an idiot. Wow, Darcy Kemper keeping the Kings alive right now in the third period. Oh, okay, going to Game 7 in the Dallas and Avs series. Oh, boy. Dallas has home ice advantage, though. Yeah, that was just a, obviously I said the wrong name. It's Kemper, not Pickard. So, Evander Kane, good shot, stopped by Kemper, and then Nugent Hopkins tried to get the chop down. That probably would have been a high stick, and Evander Kane was mad at something. Nice job by Kane. He gets the shot off. Man, and Nugent Hopkins, maybe that would have counted. Jeez. Here's Janmark for Edmonton. He's out there with Arvidsson and Podkolzin. Janmark's going to be kicked out of the faceoff dot here. Could you imagine? Oh, yeah, Cody Ceci is Mr. Game 7. Oh, man, Avs are cooked in Game 7. LA, they'll send it up the ice. And there's a King down. I don't know what happened here. Is there another penalty on the Oilers? Another high stick on Edmonton. Another power play for the Kings. Uh-oh. What's going on? What happened? What's going on? There's no hand on the ice, but the refs are going to convene here and talk about this. What happened here? Arvidsson, he gets his arms up on Gavrikov. No hands went up. Arvidsson did make contact with Gavrikov's chin or throat area. So they're trying to figure out what the call is going to be on the ice here. There was no penalty on the play, but The crowd's booing. Zach Hyman, he's talking to McDavid. No call. All right, they're doing the face-off. No penalty. Doesn't look like they're calling a penalty here. Now, you could have called Arvidsson for roughing. So Arvidsson, he's trying to block. Yeah, I mean, that is a chop to the chin. That should have been, you could have called roughing. You could have called cross-checking. You could have called high sticking. I think the Oilers got away with one there. I'm going to be completely honest. I think the Oilers 100%, they got away with one. Oilers get away with a late penalty. No call. Gavrikov looks like he's going to be okay. Arvidsson got his arms up. Stick contact on Gavrikov's chin and throat area. The refs convened, decided no penalty. Face off at center. Here's McDavid off of a check. He'll try and send it towards Kemper. Down low, Draisaitl to Hyman. Hyman protects the puck against Doughty. Doughty takes him hard into the boards. Comes to Fiala. The crowd chanting, "Let's go Oilers." 7:40 to play. Draisaitl comes up with it off the glass. Zach Hyman, he's going to pick up this bouncing puck. No, he's not. The Kings are going to bring it in. Here come the Kings. Kempe. He'll drop it to Byfield. Misses it. And here's Fiala. Checked off the puck. Here comes Draisaitl. As he'll be able to just get the clear, he'll send it deep into the Kings zone. Edmonton will get the change. 7:20 to play. Kings running out of time, but there's still lots of time. Here's Moore. Across the ice finds Fogle. Fogle to Kulak. Well, Kulak blocked the pass, and Connor Brown sends it into the Kings zone. Here's Spence for the Kings. Behind his net finds Edmondson. Edmondson right side through the neutral zone. Here's Moore up the middle of the ice. Moore enters the Oilers zone. Walks in, shoots! And that goes high and over Pickard's shoulder. LA cycling in the Oilers' end. Here's a shot towards Pickard, and that deflects wide. Connor Brown behind his own goal. Brett Kulak is forced to chase. Pokes it to Trent Frederick. He moves it forward, and Connor Brown can't come up with it. Edmonton will try and get the change here. The Kings once again enter Edmonton's zone. But Connor Brown with it. 2-on-1. Connor Brown with Evander Kane. Brown. Kane in front. Oh, and he went to the backhand and just missed the net. Oh, Evander Kane had a wide open net if he could have gotten a shot off. Could not get the shot off. That is unbelievable. Man, Connor Brown with a great play to Evander Kane. The Oilers have had a few 2-on-1s here. Brown walks it in. He waits as long as he can. And Evander Kane, he takes it on his forehand, goes to his backhand. And the puck is just bobbling too much. Can't put it in. He had Kemper beat. 6:19 to play in the third. Offensive zone faceoff for Edmonton. Nugent Hopkins is going to take this for Edmonton. He loses it. Doughty around the boards. Janmark puts some pressure on. Behind the Oilers' goal, Calvin Pickard leaves that for Klingberg. He'll flip it to Nugent Hopkins. Janmark can't come up with it. Here comes Nugent Hopkins now. Spins away from a check. Walks into the Kings zone. Oh, and Evander Kane almost got through the middle of the ice. He'll protect the puck and cycle down low. Kopitar, he takes that puck. Kopitar to Mikey Anderson. Mikey Anderson skates it up the ice. Gives that puck to LaFerriere. LaFerriere across the ice. Open man. Here's a shot by the Kings. Rebound in front. Oh, and Calvin Pickard is knocked down. How is there no penalty? The Kings absolutely wallop Calvin Pickard after he makes the save. Crowd is going nuts. Absolutely insane. Who hit Pickard there? Pickard went down. I don't know. I mean, jeez. So Kuzmenko came in front, and Mikey Anderson, he absolutely steamrolls Calvin Pickard. And then Klingberg in the crease. He hangs on to that puck. John Klingberg plays goal for Pickard after he was run over by Anderson. How is that not a penalty? That's got to be a penalty, right? There's no way that you can't call a goalie interference there. That's crazy to me. Wow. Now, I know the Oilers got away with one earlier. Arvidsson got away with the high stick cross-check to the face of Gavrikov, but, like, protect your goalies. Protect the goalies. Like, if you want to let the players play, that's fine, but protect the goaltenders. The LA bandwagon is gone. Hey, listen, Kings fans are passionate. The Kings bandwagon doesn't exist because their fans are passionate. They show up to the streams, even during the regular season, they show up to videos. Kings fans have been amazing, right? We are not going to crap talk Kings fans. They have been absolutely incredible, not only in the support of this channel, but they have been so much fun to interact with on here on the Austin Hockey channel, but on Twitter, social media. Kings fans have been amazing. I have to give a huge shout out to Kings fans. They have been phenomenal. They are great sports. They were great sports last season, and once again this year, they have been so much fun to hang out with. Do I think Arvidsson gets fined or suspended? No, I don't think so. Cardio Merchant will carry us to the cup. Yo, Janmark has been unbelievable. Is he the Cardio Merchant? I got you, Retro. I got you. 100 game suspension. I mean, that's I know Pickard is like high out of his crease, but man. 5 big booms for Calvin Pickard. Sorry, Pickard. Sorry you got absolutely destroyed by Mikey Anderson. That deserves 5 big booms. Boom, 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 boom. Mikey Anderson gets away with it. You know what? Let's see what happens here. Janmark defensively trying to make the play. Oh, and Janmark's tripped up. No call. And then Fiala's knocked down. No call again. It's pure chaos. You can do whatever you want out there. There's no penalties being called on either team. Here's Kempe across. Here's a shot towards the net. Doesn't make it. That deflects out of play. And it is literally murder on ice at this point. They are not going to call another penalty somehow, some way. Fiala with the shot, and that went off of a foot of Kulak, and that went high and wide. Fiala with another shot attempt, and man. 5:13 to play, folks. Defensive zone faceoff for Edmonton. They have to win this thing. Win the faceoff, get it out. And I imagine when there's about 3 minutes left, we'll keep an eye on Darcy Kemper, as LA will have to pull their goalie to try and tie this thing up. Down by 2. Evander Kane, good chip into the neutral zone. Drew Doughty will hang on to it. He'll play it across to Kempe. Kempe to Drew Doughty. Drew Doughty skates it into the Oilers zone. Darnell Nurse comes in to support. Nurse spins away from a check. He's hit by Moore. Kulak, also for Edmonton, stolen by Doughty. Doughty plays it back to Kempe at the point, across. Warren Fogle, fans on the one-timer. Nugent Hopkins for Edmonton, up the boards. Evander Kane trying to come up with it. He can't. Kempe keeps it alive. Here's Warren Fogle for the Kings to Philip Deneau. Deneau to Fogle in front. Oh, and he backhands it just wide. Evander Kane, he clears it down the ice, but that's going to be icing on Edmonton. Does LA pull their goaltender with 4:18 to play? Is that too much time? Is that too much time for LA? Do they pull their goalie now or do they wait? Let's take a look here. 4:18 to play. Oilers iced it. Do we have a goalie pull? The Kings are down by 2. Kemper's going to the bench. The Kings have pulled their goaltender. It's crunch time, folks. It's crunch time. Defensive zone faceoff. Nugent Hopkins is going to take it. Kopitar is going to take the draw for the LA Kings. Oilers up by 2. 4:18 to play. Empty net for the Kings. Here's Kopitar. Off the draw, won by Edmonton. Kulak. He'll try and put it up the glass and out. Nugent Hopkins will get it out, and it comes to Evander Kane. Kane chases after it. He's cut off by the Kings. Here comes Kopitar now. Neutral zone. LA. Brings it in. That looked offside. No offside. Kings with the puck. Kopitar cycles it to the blue line. Here's Clark. Brant Clark cycles it. Here's Fiala for the Kings. Right circle. Plays it to Kempe. Shoots. That goes wide. Brant Clark for LA. Down low behind the Oilers' net. That's picked up by Byfield. Here's Fiala. Across to Kopitar. Kempe to Kopitar. Kopitar walks in, shoots. Deflects in front. Rebound. What a save by Pickard. Where's the puck? It's still loose. They blow the whistle. That is an unbelievable save by Calvin Pickard. Wow. How did that puck stay out? That is unbelievable by Calvin Pickard. And Darnell Nurse is in the net. This is chaotic. Wow, what a play by the Kings. They had the look on the back door. Calvin Pickard got his right pad on it. Puck came to the back door. Clark, what a shot. What a save by Pickard. Where did the puck end up? It went up under him. I don't think that puck went in. Clark says maybe. What a save by Pickard. Wow. Oh, and then Darnell Nurse, he shoots the puck out with his glove. That did not cross the goal line. That did not cross the goal line. Darnell Nurse saved that puck. He didn't cover it. He shoved it with his glove. Net still empty. 6-on-5. Edmonton can't get the puck out of the zone. It's in the slot area. Here's Fiala. He hits McDavid. McDavid trying to come up with it. Fiala maintains control. Fiala towards the net, and that's a save by Calvin Pickard. In his glove with authority. Big dick picks. Big dick picks. Big dick picks. Let's go. That is wild, man. Darcy Pickard, yeah. I've been bad at the names tonight. Offensive zone face-off again. Kings not taking the timeout. Puck to the point. Here's Kempe. He'll give that puck to Fiala. 3:10 to play. Kempe to Fiala. Right circle. Down low. Kopitar. Puck deflects off his stick. Out of the zone. Into the neutral zone. 3 minutes to play. Draisaitl applies pressure. Here's McDavid. And that's, he might be offside. They're not saying he's offside. LA, they're going to have to regroup. Kempe's had a 3-minute shift here for the Kings. Kings dump it in deep. Evan Bouchard trying to get up the boards. Picked off by Kempe. Here's Connor McDavid. 3-on-2 to Draisaitl. Empty net. Doesn't get a shot off. What the hell is this? It's a 3-on-2 with the empty net, and Edmonton doesn't even shoot it towards the LA Kings goal. What are you doing? Oh my God. Great job by Byfield to break it up, but come on, Edmonton. You got to throw it towards the net. Shot by the Kings. That goes off his stick. High and out of play with 2:18 to go. What on earth was that, boys? You got to put it towards the net. I don't care who does it. Why are you doing Draisaitl? Just put it on net, bro. He's trying to cut into the middle, trying to find McDavid, and then Byfield steals it from him. That is outrageous, man. All right, another face-off in the Oilers zone, won by Edmonton. Kulak off the glass. Comes to the neutral zone. LA, they'll pick it up. Here's Philip Deneau. 2:10 to play. Deneau to Fogle with speed. Fogle with a shot stopped by Calvin Pickard. Puck comes around the boards to Evander Kane. He can't get the puck out. Chips it to Connor Brown, though. Connor Brown gets it to the neutral zone. Good job by Connor Brown. Clears the zone. Here's Moore. He'll play that across to Clark. Warren Fogle towards the Oilers' goal. That hits a stick and goes out of play with 1:47 to go. How are we feeling in oil country? 1:47 to play, and Connor Brown is mad at something. He's pointing at someone. .147 to play. There's going to be an offensive zone faceoff for the Kings here. Here's Kopitar against Draisaitl. Kopitar wins it. Puck comes to Doughty. Doughty across the ice to Kempe. Kempe down low. He finds Fiala. And here's Draisaitl, tries to find McDavid. McDavid is going to chase Drew Doughty back. Doughty chase. He plays it across quickly to Kempe. Up to Fiala. At center. Picked off by Draisaitl. And here's McDavid. Empty net. Towards the goal. And he misses the net. Just like the regular season. Connor McDavid cannot hit an empty net. Matthias Janmark out for the Oilers as well. Here's Kempe for LA. Kempe up the middle. Picked off by Wallman. Off the glass. Down the ice. Comes to Drew Doughty. 1:10 to play. Doughty. High flip into the Oilers zone. Evan Bouchard picks it off. He'll give that to Wallman. Wallman can't get it out of the zone. LA keeps it in. Wallman trying to get it to Nugent Hopkins. Oilers desperate to get it out. Comes to the point. Here's the shot and they score. 53 seconds to play. Doughty with the shot and it goes in the net. We have a 1-goal game. This game is far from over, folks. 53 seconds to play. The Oilers could not get the clear. Connor McDavid had the open net, didn't hit it. Puck came to the blue line. The Oilers have 53 seconds to kill now, or 58 seconds. This game is far from over. Drew Doughty with the one-timer. He shoots it. Seeing eye shot. Might have deflected off something. Right into the net. Calvin Pickard can't come up with it. And Edmonton, less than a minute away from moving on, but the Kings, they are pushing with 53 seconds to play. Oh boy. Oh boy, folks. We got a game. This game is not over. The LA Kings have called a timeout. I'm hiding chat. I got to keep chat away. Jim Hiller drawing up a play. The crowd chanting, "Let's go Oilers." Oh, if Connor McDavid had hit the empty net, he would have sealed the deal. But he gets Drew Doughty. He gets the one-timer. The puck deflects strangely. Goes right into the net. Looks like Kopitar probably got a piece of that shot by Doughty. Timeout by the Kings. And they put 54.1 seconds on the clock. All right. They're putting Kemper in the net just for the faceoff. If the Kings win the faceoff, Kemper's going to go straight to the bench. Edmonton has to win the draw and then play puck possession. Play keep away. 5-4 game. 54 seconds to play in the third. LA wins the faceoff. They're going to dump it into the Oilers zone. Kemper goes to the bench. LA trying to get it out of the zone. Here's Draisaitl. Picked off by Kuzmenko. Puck dumped into the Oilers zone. Brett Kulak, he's going to be pressured. Draisaitl comes in. Fiala drops his stick. The Kings with the net pulled. They come up with the puck. Here's LA trying to get it towards the goal. It's in the crease. Oh my goodness. Puck off the boards and it's cleared by Connor Brown. Oh my God. 20 seconds to play. Here's Kempe to Fiala. Deep into the Oilers zone. Brett Kulak. Oh, and he hits Kulak in the face. Edmonton trying to come up with it. The Oilers will dump it to the neutral zone. Drew Doughty. It's not going to be icing. There's 5 seconds to play. Doughty towards the empty net. It doesn't make it. Brown scores! Connor Brown seals the series as the Oilers are going to move on for the 4th straight season against the Los Angeles Kings. Wow! Let's go, baby! Connor Brown seals the deal. LA for the 4th straight season being eliminated by the Edmonton Oilers. Right down to the wire. That is unbelievable. What a finish to this hockey game. The puck was in the crease. Look at Kopitar. Save in tight. Connor Brown does a good job clearing the zone. Drew Doughty tries to shoot it towards Calvin Pickard, and then Connor Brown just shoots it into the empty net. And Edmonton wins the series. It's over. After falling behind 2-0 in the series. 2-0. They win 4 straight games. And Jim Hiller may have just coached his last game behind the bench of the Los Angeles Kings. Play La Bamba, Oil Country. They're moving on, and they're going to play the Vegas Golden Knights in round 2. A rematch of the 2023 second round where Vegas beat Edmonton in 6. Wow, I'm going to grab the victory chain, and then I have a few things to say. Of course, I'm going to watch the handshake line as well. Give me a minute. Give me a second here, folks. Give me a second here. Another handshake line for Drew Down. I mean, the LA Kings must be absolutely tired of this. Look at Warren Fogle. Look at him. You picked the wrong team, folks. You picked the wrong team, buddy. Yeah, it's a blue chain. I got this during Game 4. The Oilers come back in Game 4. This is the playoff victory chain. It's a blue one. And I am exhausted, folks. I think my heart rate hit over 160 towards the end of that game. And the LA Kings, after going up 2-0 in the series, they lose 4 straight. The Oilers eliminate LA. They will play Vegas in round 2. The shots, 29-26. Final score, 6-4 in what was the most chaotic game I think I've seen in a long time. Unbelievable. I'm not surprised, Russian Egg. I'm probably going to get a bloody nose tonight, too. Jesus. Ryan says Austin is Sportsnet. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think I'm that good. Holy folks. Alrighty, so I'm going to get the post-game fan reaction up within the next hour or so. I'm going to record that. Tomorrow, I will have the day after discussion. And then Saturday, hopefully, I'm just going to take the day off. I think I need a day off here. I am exhausted. What a series. Calvin Pickard is 4-0. It wasn't pretty. It was not a pretty game. Couple goals Pickard probably wants back. But the Oilers, they found a way. They beat Kemper when it mattered most. They win all 3 games on home ice. They stole 1 on the road. And wow. A tough series. Kings fans, hey, listen, everyone tuning in, round of applause for Los Angeles Kings fans. They have been absolutely incredible. Coolistic, absolutely. I'll give you a shout out. Kings fans were amazing. Give a shout out. Give the love to Kings fans, all right? All the Kings fans watching, I'm giving you a virtual handshake. Great series. I'm so sorry that, this is what is happening. I couldn't imagine what you're even feeling right now. That would probably be incredibly frustrating to lose to the same team 4 years in a row. Jeez Louise. Yeah, Jim Hiller just, yeah. And the entire turning point of the series was Game 3. The coach's challenge, absolutely. The coach's challenge, I think, was the series turning point. All right, folks, I'm going to shut down the stream. Thank you for tuning in. Hit like if you have not yet. Hit like, hit subscribe if you have not yet subscribed to the channel. I will see you all very, very soon. I'll have the post-game fan reaction up within the next hour, maybe hour and a half. And then tomorrow, day after discussion. And then Saturday, maybe a day off, maybe a series preview. I'm not sure. The Oilers will play Vegas next. Thank you all for tuning in. As always, fight like a kid. Hold on. Where's my bracelet? Fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. Let's go, Oilers. They move on to the second round. Lots of work to do. Let's go. We'll see you soon. You're all amazing. Love all of you. Play La Bamba.